Dark friend, here we are to play Snap again. And I'm feeling kinda funny, I'm feeling kinda sad. Don't know the lyrics that my father once had. And I'm gonna fly away. And I'm gonna fly away. And I'm gonna fly away. Age of Empires 4 brought to you by Red Bull. That's pretty cool. Creator dashboard. Multiverses. Scooby-Doo. Multiverses. What the hell kind of... I've never seen this kind of Scooby-Doo. This is like a really weird new art style. But, I don't know. I'm opening chat. I'm opening chat. Give me a second. I know all 100,000 of you are just anxious. So, hey, where's Platt? Why isn't he reading my message? Why isn't he reading my message? It's, you know, being so famous, it hurts. I'll admit, you can't please everyone. New, pinned chat. You can now pin messages from the top of your live stream for chewers to read. For chewers to read. That was a Freudian slip. All right, let's take a look here. Can I call? I'm game. All right, let's not make our normal joke. All right, we're ready. I actually might change up the scene a little bit. We'll see. First, I think we get rid of this. I think we just delete that, get it out of here. Boom. What is this one? Yes, yes, I do. Yes, yes, yes. I speak in tongues. Hello, friend.
What's up, my dude? How are you doing?
Doing super good. All right, I'm gonna turn you down just a little bit though. There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
Awesome. There we go.
There
Sorry.
you go. Okay.
Sorry, I speak
So
in tongues.
how was your morning? How was everything?
It's
How was the coffee?
It's actually pretty terrible coffee because I normally drink black coffee. But I buy like cold brew in a can or a thing. I'm out. So I have this International Delight. It's way too sweet and sugary, but it's better than no coffee. But overall, it's
Oh
still a
yeah,
good morning.
I generally think that the coffee you can buy like in the shops and stuff is horrible.
Yeah, I'm okay with some of the Starbucks ones because it's just kind of similar to what I get when I go to Starbucks. But yeah, I'm not huge into a lot of them. So, do you happen to watch Mega Mogwai? Or
And no, I don't. I
got
haven't watched anything like in ages because I didn't have much time to watch stuff. I had to work and study and blah blah blah.
got it. No, I'm with you. Point is, he has an overlay that I really like because my overlay looks like shit on Marvel Snap because
I have no
it's like a
idea how.
phone game.
I have no idea how to make one anyway. So
Yeah, it's a
and I didn't even bother because I don't make content. So who gives a damn, you know?
yeah. No, you're exactly right. The only reason I care is because I don't. But it's like I don't want to make other people look at my crap if it sucks. So
Yeah, right. I know what you mean. Yeah, it can be frustrating when your UI sucks, your overlay sucks, but you can't do anything about it, and
because
people hate it, but you can change it. And
I'm not a designer. You know, I barely know what I'm doing. All right. 5,000 subs on YouTube doesn't mean jack crap. It doesn't mean your experience level is any higher. It just means that 5,000 people got duped.
I honestly think that it doesn't matter how many subs you have because you can have like 300 and make really quality content if you are good at it. But this is like a kind of YouTube is kind of lag based.
Oh,
Where there are like 4 people get like making Marvel Snap content, and only 2 of them are gonna be huge and recognizable in the like in the field, and 2 of them are gonna be completely left out.
yeah. That's a like the way I always described it, because I've had a bunch of like waves, you know, from going from one subscriber to 5,000, but it's like you need to get lucky, but you also need to show up to work when the luck shows up. So it's like you have to put in the work every day. That way, when the luck happens, you're there to take advantage of it, right? Otherwise, it
Yeah,
just comes and passes.
but then you're kind of pressured when you have like 20,000 like subscribers on YouTube. You're kind of forced to make content because you have
Mm-hmm.
a bigger fan base to
Well,
satisfy, I guess.
I mean, that's why, like, I have a routine habit of like completely shooting my channel in the foot. Like, I was getting $600 a month playing Octopath Traveler COTC, the phone game, and I was like, I'm not having fun. And Snap came out, and I'm obsessed with it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna make Snap content now. And so like now my YouTube views are way down. I was getting a couple thousand per video, no problem. And now I'm getting like 100 or something. But I'm like, I don't YouTube. I already have a job, you know. I have a full-time job that I work 40 hours a week. I do this for hopefully a little bit of revenue, but mostly because I just enjoy it.
Well, you know, it's important to enjoy what you do, because if you do Octopath Traveler content and stuff, and then you don't enjoy the game, it's like a chore. You have to do it, but because you get paid for
Exactly.
it, and it's not really, it's not my kind of lifestyle. I wouldn't like to live like that. So I understand the decision.
Yeah, I'm having so much fun with Snap that it's like it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, the game is really really fun.
I've already dropped too much money. I hope my gold isn't visible or you can't see it. It's a little too small, but I have 6,300 gold right now.
Well, I haven't spent any money at the game, and I hit infinite 3 times, so the game is definitely not pay to win.
No, 100% not. It's definitely pay to progress a little bit faster. Like,
Yeah,
but
but then because the progression system is so fucked, you progress too fast. Now you're playing with people who you can't compete with because they have more experience with you, like than you. You haven't seen all the cards. You don't know all the interactions, and these people do. So you're at a like a experience basis advantage right away.
yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I kind of whaled myself out of my like I'm playing with beta players now. Like I whaled myself out of day oneers. Um, because a lot of people haven't spent as much, or like a lot of people that started day one aren't already at 830 840 collection level, right?
They're
um
like 300 something
yeah,
at
so
best. Or
and so like I pushed it probably too hard too fast. um and it's not like it's not like I can't overcome it, but it's one of those situations where I'm just facing people with a lot more knowledge, which is more important than anything. It's right. It's not necessarily the decks, although, you know, whether or not I have, you know, meta defining tier one decks unlocked or is one thing, but that's not as important as just like, I don't even consider, right, like Professor X. I don't even consider, oh yeah, Destroyer, that's a card. Oh yeah, you know, so a leader's one that gets me all the time. I'm like, I never even think about playing around leader because I've only seen it played against me 3 times.
Liver even gets me because someone plays this card because it's horrible.
Mm-hmm. And every time someone plays leader, I swear to God, I lose. But it's always like you only lost by getting luck. Like you got lucky. If I played any other card besides that card in that spot, you lost.
That's true, but sometimes you just can pass and then play leader and they sat. But you
Mm-hmm.
need to anticipate it first. Like one of the games I recorded for today, there's a leader play that was really unimpactful, and I won this game anyway. So it depends how they play it and what you play, obviously, and how you pilot the game, because it's up to you if you win or not, or if you overtease or not. And with that said, I'm actually think we're gonna go into these 3 games, and then we're gonna go some, in practice. I'm gonna guide you through like a live game and see how you do.
Sounds like a plan. So, are you gonna? How do I watch these?
I'm gonna share my screen on Discord, I guess, and then
Got it.
I'm just gonna make you look or something on your
I have a couple different scenes here that one of them should work just fine.
If you have a scene for it, it's awesome.
Let's see. We'll see how it works. If we full screen, yeah, this is more than serviceable.
Okay, awesome. So first of all, I'm gonna go with because I just say this is the game. Here's the game starts. I didn't record audio because it's relevant, right?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I play the game with audio off most of the time, but I really like
Yeah, because the
the
audio.
songs also.
The song at the end of the game when you win slaps. So
Yeah, exactly. I'll do it, especially when I stream. I enjoy it a lot.
that's true. So first things first here. It's not that important, but it's worth mentioning. I have 2 1-drops right now, right?
Okay.
So which one would you play and why?
Um, you know, so I have two gut reactions. One, which is obviously the wrong one, but what I would, in my heart, I'm just like, I want to play Iron Man in the Danger Room because I don't care if he dies. But I would lean towards, Iceman probably in the second
Iceman, yeah.
location.
That's true. And why is that? Why Iceman over Nightcrawler?
I would put, well, mostly because Nightcrawler, even though he can move into the danger room later, I feel like it does. I don't mind playing Nightcrawler later because his ability is going to be as good on turn, like, well, if you don't play him later than turn 5, it's going to be kind of as good on turn 5 as it is on turn 2. You can just kind of put him wherever you want him to be. Whereas Iceman, there's a chance you mess up their 2-drop to a 3-drop and it kind of messes up their whole game. So Iceman, like, his effect is bad at the very, very end of the game, if you play him on the last turn, whereas Nightcrawler, I feel like it just move around kind of whenever. Like, there's no rush to play Nightcrawler. Plus, Sinister Bar might show up and he's totally sick there.
That's true, and that was absolutely correct what you just said. Like, if you have Nightcrawler plus any like utility one drop, like Cork, like Iceman, like even Agent 13, I would say, I would always play them first, of hoping of getting some resources or screwing up the opponent. As you said, like yesterday, you had this game with Zoo and you couldn't play Mr. Fantastic, and it basically skipped your entire turn free, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't do anything. And when you're playing a deck like Zoo and you lose on tempo that early in the game significantly, you can just retreat because there's no way you're gonna come back into the game from that.
Yeah, especially something like a whole turn 3 in a Zoo deck. Like, those are like your key turns, right? Because your turn 6s probably aren't as impactful as like your turns 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, turn 6 can be Onslaught if you played like
True.
Blue Marvel before. But then if you stack them up, you're pretty much just competing against like if you play a Zoo deck and you play Blue Marvel and Onslaught one lane, then you can only compete in that lane plus any other lane because you can compete for all three. And if you get Enchantress, then the lane that you haven't competed for is pretty weak, and then the lane that you competed for, like the second one, when there's no Onslaught, is also pretty weak because you're a Zoo deck.
Yep.
So it's a pretty risky thing to do. Like another thing, it's my personal preference, I guess. I'm just this kind of player. When it comes to Nightcrawler, right? I always play him into the location that is either unrevealed or the one that is bad in general. Like I play him in like sewer system, in like negative zone. Because just in case the location that is going to be revealed is bad, I can still move him out. Whereas when I play him into like a shitty location, I mean, like at the good location, let's say it's a, what could it be, Nidivolir, let's say. Then I don't really want to move him out, because he is a 7 power card. He has 7 power card, and I don't want to move him out. So you lose on this ability to be able to move him out. That's why you always make sure you play him into the bad location, unless there is a Stark Tower that you want to keep him there until turn 5 so he gets the buff, and then you can move the buff around.
Got it. Yeah, I tend to avoid playing anything in clouded locations. Not always, but it's just one of those things where you remember the bad times, right? You remember the punishes more than you do how many times it works out. Like, how many times have I played, I don't know, anything, and then it's Oscorp Tower, like, ah, fuck, and I can't. So it wasn't Nightcrawler, it was Iceman, so I can't move it now. I always feel like I try to avoid the what are they called? The unrevealed locations when possible, but that might just be a noob mistake.
That's why I do always do it only with Nightcrawler because he has the ability to move out. If it was an Oscorp Tower, let's say the second location here, I still would be able to move him out and don't give him the Nightcrawler for free.
Yep. Exactly.
Whereas, the Iceman, I had no other choice because I could have played it into the danger room, sure, but if he dies, I just skip my turn 1 and I don't have any body on board, and it's kind of like...
Exactly. Like, it's an unnecessary risk. Like, 2 power can make the difference, which is why I would, if it was like anything besides danger room, if it was even like, if you have 1 unit here plus 5 power, I might do it there. What is that, Ocean Throne or something like that? But I would probably,
or Atlantis, yeah.
Most locations I'd put it on the left, but something like danger room, like, there's no reason to put the Iceman at risk when the next location is probably like Lost Diablo space or something. Who knows? But it's probably not something.
Is most likely fine. Like the odds of this location being a space throne or like any other bad location is pretty unlikely, considering there's like 90 locations in the game. There's like 3 in 90 to get a bad location.
Yeah, exactly.
It can happen, sure, but you shouldn't be playing for it. You should be playing. Oh, what if it's a space run? I won't be playing anything until turn 5 when I can put Devil Dino there just in case.
Yep.
Like, no.
Yeah, that'd be that'd be a mistake for sure. That's why one of the reasons why people like I didn't like Squirrel Girl. I just like seen people get burned by the unrevealed locations so much. But if I'm some decks like you're playing Zoo or whatever, it just can be like or Patriot, right? It's just like really good, a lot of power.
Yeah, that's true. Also, why did I play Sentinel onto the right here and not stack him with the Iceman? The reason being is Iceman is a pretty low impact card. So I don't want to put two low impact cards in one lane. I want to have this flexibility of being able to put something bigger there, like a Spider Woman, and maybe potentially Odin this later, or like a Devil Dino, and then maybe put some, I don't know, Agent 13 there, so I can Odin this, so it can get a potential plus the power of a Devil Dino.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really want to stack too many low-cost power cards in one location as you're playing a Zoo deck that has a Kaiser in it, that has a Blue Marvel in it, that has Onslaught in it, that can buff these cards up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Electra. Always.
I kill my Iceman. What Electra tells you, and Nightcrawler as well, is that there is no need to be afraid of Killmonger.
Mm-hmm.
Because a deck like this, the deck that runs Nightcrawler and Electro in it wouldn't write Killmonger because it doesn't make any sense.
Correct. The only
You
time
don't want to kill
I've been surprised by people that are playing like Ant-Man and stuff in Killmonger, but that's when they're in Sunspot and Killmonger. But I think that's a destroyer deck where they have like armor to protect their stuff. But you
That
wouldn't
is
run
true.
these cards in that.
That is true, but you don't definitely don't run Nightcrawler in the deck that
Yeah.
is destroyed, focused. So when you see Nightcrawler and the Squirrel Girl, because the Squirrel Girl itself, I think of two decks. I think of Zoo and I think of Destroyer, or like any other Carnage, Death, whatever kind of deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Nightcrawler just like solidifies that you know that the deck is not gonna Killmonger you.
Yeah, for sure. And this is probably a Zoo deck, right? Like they're not going to be playing Patriot and all these one drops that don't do anything.
Yeah,
It's going to be
exactly. Here is the hot location going in hot. Project Pegasus. I honestly don't like this hot location. I think it makes a lot of games stupid when they have like infinite turn one. It's
yeah.
just down to play against.
I like the location. I don't like it as a hot location where people are building
That's true.
decks for it because the Infinite on turn 1 is like too common right now.
That's true, and that's why I don't like. That's why I didn't like Bar Sinister being like a future location because I had so much enough of it. Like I've played 80 games one day because I wanted to climb to infinite because I wanted to be over with. And there was the time when the Bar Sinister was a featured location, and the only decks I've been facing was Onslaught, Brew Malvern, and that was absolutely horrible experience.
Yeah, it was I mean, I climbed 20 ranks that day myself by just doing that because I think I played the good thing about featured locations is like the pocket meta develops pretty darn fast over the 24 hours. Like when I started, no one was doing the kind of deck idea that I was, right? No one was doing the onslaught, no one was running enchantresses. Everyone was doing like, oh, it would be cool if I got 4 claws, or something like that. And so
Yeah.
it was kind of fun. Like the beginning of the day, I did really well, and then I started to fall off a lot more at the end of the day when people were teched really hard against it.
Well, then you just run the exactly. Then because people get sick of it and they just run Enchantress and all of that stuff.
Yep.
Because they are like, oh, it's kind of cool. You can have like billion power, but then everyone is playing it and you're kind of sick because the game just turns into patience. Just kind of try and get your cards faster than your opponent because you all play the same deck pretty much.
Yep, exactly. Like I still get people like if I see Bar Sinister show up, I'll still play Nightcrawler in the Bar Sinister, and I'll sometimes get just an instant concede, just from that feature location a couple like last week.
Yeah, because it's a pretty good combo because it gives you control over the board. You just don't stack one thing in there. Although I was playing Patriot, so I was just stacking Patriot there all the time, and it worked out fine.
It's great. I even had a lot of games where I was just playing Vision in Bar Sinister because Vision is just like I know Vision isn't good, but man, when Bar Sinister was around, that card was fucking great.
What I liked about future locations and hot locations in general, they make garbage cards good. Like
Yeah.
for example, Project Pegasus and Leech, it's a pretty good combo. Like,
Yeah, isn't that's crazy? I didn't even think about him.
Yeah, Leech is garbage, but you can play him on turn one. It's suddenly a pretty good card, but only if you have Project Pegasus in play.
Yeah, Leech is is a card where I'm like, I cannot believe that anyone would play this at 5, right? You're only I mean, you're aiming for their 6 drop, right? You're aiming to preemptively destroy their onslaught, but then why would you not just play
Yeah,
Enchantress?
but if that's exactly it. But what if their six drop is a destroyer? You just disable its unrevealability, so they don't need Cosmo, they don't need
Ex-
armor. They can just play it for free.
exactly. On turn 1 though, that's a different story. Now their whole deck is a Patriot deck without Patriot, you know.
And that's true. Also on the board here, there's a situation in Project Pegasus right now, where I anticipate, at least I've tried to anticipate either Brew Marvel here on the onslaught lane, or Khazar. Because they have Nightcrawler, they can move him out to the danger room later, and they can just like get Khazar there. So me running Enchantress, I already know that I want to have her right away. I just already in my head's like I need Enchantress because they're probably gonna do this. Just move the Nightcrawler out, play Khazar there or Blue Marvel, and the entire deck is gonna get buffed, and I'm probably going to lose. So I need this one card.
Yeah.
And that's the things you need to think about right away, like what your opponent's deck can do, and how you can prevent this. It's like two things that you need to consider, like when you start the game. First one is as soon as you can identify what you're playing against, and second, how you can actually deal with their threats.
Got it. Yeah, because it's really hard to the kind of Blue Marvel Onslaught is really hard to win 2 lanes against. Like it's not that hard to over dedicate to 1 lane, but finding a way to get 2 lanes because their power is so evenly spread out can be pretty rough.
It depends how they spread the power up. Because
Yeah.
they might be so excited over Onslaught Khazar that they just play their entire board right there. And for example, if I was playing their deck right now, if I knew I had Onslaught, I would never play Captain America in the same lane. Because sure, you get a big power push from Onslaught and Captain America in this one lane, but you already get plenty of power from Blue Marvel and Onslaught in the same lane. So I would have played Captain America, let's say, in Titan. So you have more power in Titan because Project Pegasus is pretty much secured when you join to Khazar and you just move Nightcrawler and play him there.
Absolutely. Yeah, and yeah, because I mean, Nightcrawler. They put Onslaught there specifically so they can move Nightcrawler and put something more impactful. I mean, that's a pretty easy read. But yeah, I mean, Enchantress is gonna kick ass if you draw it.
Exactly. Sadly, I haven't, but yeah.
A quick chat message here. Does this game need a specific level to get Deadpool or Ghost Rider? Not a specific
Yes.
level, but they are pool 3 cards, so it's kind of like after you hit when does pool 3 start?
Pool 3 is 860 something. 860 something, I guess.
Right, it's got to be earlier than that because I'm getting pool 3 cards and I'm not even quite 860 yet.
I'm gonna check it really quick. Let me.
Got it. But basically, the way the game works, there's 3 packets of cards. There's pool 1, pool 2, and pool 3. Deadpool and Ghost Rider are both in pool 3, and those will be obtainable. Oh, go ahead.
Pool 3 starts at 486.
So 486 is when you'll start getting pool 3 cards, and at that point, it's kind of just a random chance if what cards you get and in what order. I love the progression system in this game, but I've had my issues with it where I'm now, because I'm in pool 3, I'm playing other people in pool 3, and who else are in pool 3 are people that already have basically all the cards at 2000 collection level, because most day 1 players aren't as high as me because they didn't spend money on the game, or as much money at least. But
well, I would say you get your full collection around 3,200 something. That's the average. You can also be like 4,000 something if you're really unlucky.
Okay.
Like I'm still missing 18 cards and I'm 2,200 something.
Man, that's crazy. But I'm hoping I just got Venom, so I think the last thing I'm missing is like Deadpool. I really want to make a Deadpool deck, but it's kind of hard to without the Deadpool.
Well, a Deadpool deck isn't necessarily a Deadpool deck. It's like it's more of a dev deck where Deadpool is like a support card that can get really big if you're lucky. But he's usually like 4 power, 8 power. He's really literally being like 20 something power.
Yeah, he's not like insane, I don't think, but it is one of those where it's like maybe 1 out of 10 games, 1 out of 20 games, he's just nuts. And it's like, what other 1-drop are you running besides Nova? I mean, it seems pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he is a core card in the deck, but he is not the card that the deck is built around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He
built around probably Arnom Zola Def or something.
Arnim Zola is my favorite card in the
He's
game
pretty cool.
by far. Sorry, we're gonna continue with the lesson here. Can
Yeah.
you show me a list of the cards? The list of the cards, I would just say you have to Google it. Just look up Marvel Snap Pool 3 cards, and
Or you
they'll
can
be
just
like a
go to,
picture.
or you can go to marvelsnapzone.com and you have the entire collection there listed.
Yeah, marvelsnapzone.com. That's where I go for all my meta decks. I'm not sponsored, but I should be. I'll tell everyone to go there.
Yeah. But it's actually a pretty good size, probably the best. Because there's another one like Marvel Snap IO, but it's pretty
I'm a
pretty low
Marvel
level,
I'm a Marvel
pretty low level
Snap Zone
compared
fan.
to I am as well. Yeah.
Right,
It's
sorry.
much more. It's much more, put together, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. It was easy to navigate and it looked good. All right, go ahead and take a
I
look
mean,
here.
we don't have to like rush this thing. We can just chat about the game and then do the lesson in between. I don't have a schedule here, so.
That's got. I do have to go to work in like 3 hours, but I mean that's a long time, so
Yeah, that's true.
that's the
So
only
yeah,
schedule I got.
here my thing, the problem I had here is that my I'm not competing into Project Pegasus. Obviously, it's impossible for me to compete there because I already put my Devil Dino in the middle. So now I need to take a gamble and just play my cards in the danger room and like hope it's gonna work out. That nothing is gonna get destroyed. So I'm in this position where I need to gamble. It's either I'm gonna win or I'm going to retreat because there's no point in me playing.
How would a hypothetically, if you had Odin, would a Spider Woman Odin be enough to win the right lane? You think, or is it going to be too powerful when they drop Blue Marvel?
The Joe Blue Marvel, I have nowhere to look there because it's gonna be like 40 something power lane. So
Got it.
no,
Okay.
it's impossible to win this now.
And then we're
So
just.
I said what I did what I said. I put everything into the danger room and hope that it doesn't get destroyed.
I mean, that's what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah. I like danger room. It spices up the game. I know a lot of people don't like the location, but I really like it.
I don't hate the location, but it definitely hates me. Like I'm okay on it, but man, that location has killed me many times. Way more than my opponent, I feel like.
Usually when it like didn't supposed to, like.
Okay,
Now,
I actually like this. I probably wouldn't have played it this way in my mind, but I like Nightcrawler because either way he lives and you can move him, or he dies and you could play something else now that the Angela lived. So either way, he's making room for Angela.
My thinking was that Spider-Woman was too overcommitting because first of all, Nightcrawler plus Sentinel gives more power to Angela. And I can move Nightcrawler and play Spider-Woman anyway, if I wanted to.
Yeah, Spider-Woman is very good in the middle lane, too. They already have 3 things there. They're probably planning to win that one.
That's actually incorrect. Because I already have Devil Dino there. That is gonna get bigger with Agent 13, and I can move Nightcrawler there as well. So I am having additional 6 power in the middle location, so there is no need for me to push Spider-Woman there.
Okay, I was thinking next turn that they might, I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong there. I always see. I feel like I know you're ahead by quite a bit, like 8 points, but I'm like I don't know. Like a Blue Marvel comes down, that's 8 points. If they move their Nightcrawler over and they Blue Marvel.
Yeah, but at this point,
yeah,
I'm
you're
just hoping to draw my Enchantress and fuck up the Blue Marvel.
Awesome.
But if I had a chance,
And you have Agent 13, which is going to replace itself, so you're actually going to be a little bit stronger anyway.
Yeah. So as I said, it's a 6 power swing in the middle location, so it's gonna be +6 at worst, obviously. So I'm not playing Spider-Woman into the danger room because
yeah.
Just yet at least because she's not necessary, and they might be playing another card there. So I want to have one more proc of Spider-Woman. Plus, she is not too good in Titan as well because I'm ahead, and Project Pegasus is doomed. It's just pretty much a tech lane when I draw my Enchantress too.
Yeah, and the Enchantress isn't to fight for the lane; it's to fight for the other 2 lanes. It just fucks up their late game power push.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, Angela feels so fucking strong, like way too strong, honestly.
Yeah, I replaced Armor with Angela because Armor didn't seem that well, that cool in that deck.
I mean, there's got to be no card that's that power for that low of a cost. Like, The only thing she maybe loses to in terms of efficiency is like Ebony Maw, and Ebony Maw has massive drawback instead of upside.
Yeah, but they can play Zero Ebonima, and then he's actually pretty good. But
Yeah,
you need to,
exactly.
get 2 resources to get him working. And Ebonima is also bound by Spectrum and to Marvel, obviously. So he's a good card, but he's pretty situational, and you have to have a deck built around him.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas Angela is a consistent 7 power in this deck because we have Nightcrawler, we can move things out, so she is gonna be at best 9, at worst 7.
Yeah, no, I mean, she's just like, she seems insanely good. Like, there's a reason she's in so many lists. It's just because she doesn't have to, you don't have to put in that much work to make her really strong.
Yeah, that's why I switched her over Armor, because we have six drops in the deck where I can just put her next to Angela and it's gonna be good. Whereas I had Armor and I had Armor instead of Angela here, that would be -5 power, and I have 2 drops I can do nothing with.
Got it. So I doubt we're gonna Killmonger this turn, right? Now that there's a turn 7.
Yeah, but I see Killmonger and immediately snap off of it because they don't know what I got.
Yeah.
They might be thinking that I drew something that wins me the game, aka Enchantress or something. Whereas I just Killmonger the entire board, and even if they Blue Marvel me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And that's something that's probably because you probably want to do it on turn 7. One, just because for the surprise factor, but they also only have 2 slots available right now anyway. They're out of space. Whereas if you clear up a bunch of slots, I don't know, maybe they have a bunch of, I don't know how big their hand is, I can't see, but maybe they have a bunch of stuff they can play.
Sometimes I don't really look if I play versus a deck like Zoo, I don't reach their hand size because it's obviously gonna be really small.
Yeah.
Whereas when I play with the deck that plays like Devil Dino or something, I want to know how many cards they have, so I know if I, for example, Black Bolt them, which is pretty unlikely because Black Bolt is pretty callable card. But if I Black Bolt them or Moon Knight them or whatever, something that discards their cards, I want to be able to know how much the Devil Dino will get shrinked,
Got it.
Here I was considering 2 options. Because I have Alden, I was considering putting it in the middle to just make this location impossible for them to win. And getting an additional card from Agent 13 and buffing Devil Dino this way, or I considered playing it into the right lane when the Sentinels are chilling, so to get 2 additional cards, AK plus 4 power on the Devil Dino. So that was like 2 of my options.
And
I ended up going with the middle one because it feels more impactful. I still get 2 power into Devil Dino and I get 8 power in play.
Yeah, and I don't think they're gonna compete. I still don't think you could win Project Pegasus even with a Killmonger and an Enchantress. Like, it just doesn't. But you could play Killmonger Enchantress in the same turn on turn 7. That's kind of interesting. I mean, that's like super tech, I guess.
Yeah, but when I play Killmonger, then he'll have to play Enchantress because their board is gonna be wiped out. So.
Yeah.
I was just going back and forth here, wondering what I want to do with the Odin.
Yeah, I mean, both plays make sense, but yeah, I think we're already dedicated to the left 2 lanes.
And I just saw how many cards they had. They had 3 cards, so because I was still anticipating Blue Marvel at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason they wouldn't play Blue Marvel is if they didn't draw Blue Marvel.
Exactly. They screwed up because they put so many resources, like small resources, into the Danger Room, aka Limbo now. The Iron Man is really bad. Plus, I can still move the Nightcrawler out to Project Pegasus to make room for Spider-Woman. And to
is that your Galactus? Oh no, that was the Agent 13. I'm like, what the
Agent 13? Yeah, Galactus is in the game. Like, I mean, he's in the game, but you cannot get him out of the collection.
Interesting.
There are 2 cards that you can get right now. There's Thanos and Galactus, and they're planned to be in the game added to pool 4 and pool 5. So they're also trying to get new pools, and they're gonna be put in pool 4 or pool 5. These are the speculations.
I'm sure if they put pool 4 that they'll make it easier to get pool 3 cards. I bet they'll shorten, like, they'll increase the chance you get a cards from the caches, or they'll just replace some of the caches with the guaranteed cards, because I don't think they want people playing for like 4 months not being able to play with new cards, right?
That's true. Because like, for example, Miles is gonna be available to pull them from pool 3 in a month.
Got it.
So I paid for the season pass this month because I really like the card back, not necessarily for Miles because he's not really an impactful card right now. But imagine there's a really good card and you need to wait 2 months to be able to even pull it, not even play it, but pull it.
Oh yeah, because
And
when you get a variant of a card, you just get the card, don't you? Like you have the
you can't get a variant of a card you don't have.
well, but in the battle pass you could, right? Didn't I get Miles Morales from the battle pass?
Yeah.
So oh, but maybe it was the free one or whatever. I don't remember exactly how it works, but either way, I'm gonna be buying every battle pass.
Yeah, it's pretty well efficient money per value, I would say. You pay $10 and you get pretty much a new card and a lot of resources, and $10 is nothing. It's like one burrito less or some shit.
Got it. So the reason they retreated here is honestly because we kind of double screwed them over, right? They had already lost the Iron Man lane. So even if
Yeah.
they had Blue Marvel in their hand, they know because we snap first that they're probably expecting Enchantress, but we have Enchantress and Killmonger as potential draws. So it's like they're
Yeah.
double screwed.
I believe even if they Blue Marvel here, I still win with
Yeah, for sure.
Spider Woman. I would say even if they Blue Marvel, I can move the Nightcrawler out and play Spider Woman, and I think it will be enough. I'll need to do the math, but I think it's actually correct. It will be enough.
It'd be 5, 6, 7.
Because I move it's gonna be 13
It would
plus
only
7. So
yeah. The Odin and Devil Dino is just too big, and then moving Nightcrawler out, Spider Woman in would probably still get it. I mean, why
yeah,
probably wouldn't risk it, but we wouldn't have to worry about it anyway because yeah.
well, if it happened, I would have just counted it down because it's a simple math. But I don't have to do it now because I won the game. So
This is what I love and hate about the game. I don't hate it at all, but it's like the tech cards are so powerful and they're usually decent standalone cards where I'm like, I want to run all the tech cards. But if you run all the counterplay tech cards, you have a weak deck. Like I can't just
that's
run, I can't just run.
Killmonger, Enchantress, Shang-Chi, whatever, right?
Yeah. Every card that's like insanely good sometimes, but it doesn't do much if they don't meet the condition. Cosmo, there's all these cards are so good, but you can't run them all.
That would be the equivalent of doing a 30 legendary deck in Hearthstone. Like it's technically awesome because there are 30 legendary, so 30 best cards, quality wise. But
Yeah, but
it
it's like
doesn't work
it's
because
like
it's
trash.
useless.
Yeah,
Yeah, because legendary cards are kind of like legendary cards are tech cards, as Cosmo and all that stuff here.
got it. That was a good
That was
win. Nice 2
That was the
cubes.
first game. Yeah, I was hoping for 4. I was hoping they will stick up, but they didn't stick in. So sadly, only 2 cubes. I have 2 more games to show you.
Do you know the names of all the bots? Like
no, because some of the bots have names like actual players. Like they try to make it legit.
Yeah.
But you definitely can say if you play versus a bot, but how they play, or if they don't respond to your hello or your Spider-Man emote, there's a bot because everyone answers your Spider-Man emote. That's a rule.
Yeah, it's like almost everyone does that one. Yeah. It's weird. I actually thought bots would be super likely to respond to emotes because that seems like an easy thing, and I think they do in Hearthstone. Well, if you say hello, they'll say like hello.
They do, yeah. Obviously, they do.
I mean, this isn't Hearthstone. I shouldn't.
No,
I'm happy.
It's way better.
Yeah,
it's way better.
It feels
actually,
it feels like a really good continuation of what Hearthstone was trying to do.
Snap actually is bigger on Twitch right now than Hearthstone. So,
man, what the fuck am I doing? I should have. I wish I was in the beta. I would have had time to build an audience. But whatever. Here we're having fun now.
There's like 2 more 1,000 people watching Snap right now than Hearthstone. So
this is how you know Snap's a good game because Snap came out and everyone knew about it, but everyone was still kind of like, just a phone game, whatever. Like it didn't get a lot of respect, but it's actually getting more popular because people are playing it and realizing how good it is.
Well, considering what they are planning to add, like the friendly matches, the leaderboards, the chat option, the widescreen UI for PCs is gonna be huge.
You had to turn the TV up to 50 to hear my friend. I mean, I could crank him up too. Sorry, that's my Steam profile. Don't look at my Steam. So sorry, we're watching your game right now. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit.
Not a big problem. Oh, that's so good.
There we go. How's that? You let me know, Saint KJ. All right, sorry. Let's go into the second game here.
Yeah, there's the second game.
We got to
that was a retreat from my part, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they They retreated there.
I mean, yeah, no, the next game is a retreat from my part. I retreated this game.
Got it.
And I wanted to keep this one because it wasn't an obvious retreat. But I want to tell you why I retreated, basically. What was my reasoning?
Got it. Easy.
So yeah,
Cloning
cloning
vats.
vats is a pretty amazing location for me. Devil Dino is really happy. And because I can Agent 13 there, I can Sentinel there, I can Devil Dino there even to have a second Devil Dino. It looked good. But then it kind of fell apart, but we're gonna get to this.
Got it. I mean, I see cloning vats. I think how powerful it is. I'm always like, all right, they're. I think I'm like, all right, I gotta storm this location. I mean, not in this deck, but I'm always like, I gotta remove this because I don't trust myself to be more powerful with something like this than them. But Scarlet Witch
Here
also.
is pretty obvious for me. I just Devil Dino there and Cable there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, because especially the cable there is also really good because you could play Odin. Oh my God, we're retreating from an Agatha. That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's an Agatha that is actually discard deck. So Agatha doesn't actually the deck with Agatha, like playing an Agatha deck, is basically you need to either wave and then Agatha on 4 because she always prioritizes herself to play her. So if you have energy to play her, she will. Or you discard it with Lady Sif to get control over the hand again.
When they play Agatha, do you then gain control over your plays again?
Yes.
Okay, so Agatha isn't purely
no
bad.
longer in your hand. Yeah, because you can discard her and then bring her back with like a Ghost Rider or Hela at the end of the game. So it's a 14 power push for basically free, because your first 2 turns usually in this deck are Quicksilver, Domino, Wave, and then Agatha on 4, and then you have control over the last 2 turns what you want to do.
Man, that's pretty crazy. Even Agatha, which seems like a purely meme card, definitely has some homes.
Yeah, the problem with her is that she eats all the boosters. So like, if you want to level up your collection, you can't really play Agatha all the way because she eats all the boosters.
Oh, does she actually make it so she gets all the boosters?
Yes, there's even like an emote at the end. She has like a bubble saying that something about the boosters. I'm gonna take all of it, and then she always takes all the boosters.
That's really the amount of like little details in this game has truly impressed me, right? Like the locations having animations depending on their state.
For a mobile game.
Yeah, Agatha talking about taking the boosters and taking all the energy, the boosters is really cool. My favorite animations are the worst cards or the most boring cards, like Cyclops and fucking Shocker. Like you pick up these cards to play them, and they have these huge animations all around them. It's freaking sick.
Cyclops made me actually play the game because I just saw like Regis play the game, and I was like, he was playing Cyclops because he was playing a Patriot. I was like, this is so fucking cool. I wanna play the game.
Hell yeah!
That actually hooked me into Marvel Snap.
All right, so let's take a look what happens here. Cloning Vats Project Pegasus. What a joke of locations.
It's really amazing. It's a really interesting. It's actually a really interesting game, but you know they playing a pretty big deck, so this is pretty. It's not good for me. They have 2 Agathas potentially in cloning Vats, or 2 Agathas later with the freaking Hela. And this turn 3 was the moment I was actually wondering if I don't retreat right now, because you know they have much more power than I do.
Got it. I mean, before they snap, it would be a time thing because you're not going to lose any more cubes because they're not snapping yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you see Agatha, you're thinking of a discard deck.
Yes, because no one plays Agatha for Agatha. Like no one plays Agatha to like for her to play a game for you because it's like an ego. You don't really want to, you know, make AI play a game for you, especially competitively in the at the infinite rank. I mean, maybe at the infinite people don't give a damn because you can like drop down out of infinite. But when you're climbing to infinite, I wouldn't recommend playing an Agatha deck.
How funny is it that Agatha prioritized playing herself in a cloning vat so she would still be in the hand though, so she could still keep playing the game?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I haven't actually thought about it. So at this point, in my head it's like I'm gonna retreat, but I'm gonna play it out until they snap. If they snap, I'm leaving. You know.
Got it. Because what do you in the late game? These are the cards I'm not thinking about. You said something like Hela and Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider takes something random, right?
Yeah, but only discarded like big cards. They discarded 2 Agathas,
Got it. I can't believe
Uh,
there's not a history of what they've discarded. Like, can you click
they
on?
should. You can click on there, but it only says discarded like 8 or something. It
Got
doesn't
it.
say what they discarded. So if you, let's say, that's what I don't like about the game at the current state. If I look away for a second away from my screen and they discard something, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, that's the Yondu power of being like, oh, where the hell's my Iron Man? Where's my Iron
Yeah.
Man? They Yondu, you just missed it on turn one.
You're waiting for your card that's got destroyed, and you're just like playing around it. Yeah, so they discard 2 more cards. They discarded the Hell Cow. They have one more. They have one more card in hand, and at this point, I'm just thinking this has to be Hela.
How do they?
Because they snap.
How do they not discard Hela though? Like, I mean, it's just luck, I assume.
Yeah, luck. Most likely luck. But this card wasn't Hela, the one they have now. Because the Helka would have discarded them, because the Helka discards the 2 highest cast core. Helka doesn't discard the highest cost cards. Sorry, Helka discards 2 random cards. So, and they were just lucky, and that's why they snapped, because they have Hela in hand, right?
Got it.
I would say so.
I mean, we might not know, but that's got to be.
That is an assumption to lose 2 cubes, not 4 cubes.
Which
at
is
this point, this is a retreat from my part here. I was like kind of wondering what I can do. Maybe I
mean,
can outsmart them.
So Hela does a she replays all your discarded cards.
Yes, but only once. So if you play Hela Odin, it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't bring double the amount.
Got it. So
there's like a.
So it's like It's not like Hearthstone. It's like Magic. There's like a graveyard.
It's like a graveyard. Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't just like, that's my least favorite part about Hearthstone is the lack of a graveyard. And if something dies, it's like permanent. Like you could bring it back multiple times. It doesn't matter.
Fucking 50 times. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Hearthstone fan, but I like Magic a lot. And Runeterra. Runeterra is pretty fun.
Magic is a game that I haven't really understood ever. Like, I don't know how to play this game. It's too complicated for me, and so I really just like.
I won't say it's too complicated for you because you're very good at Snap. It's just like your entire play pattern and goals are just different, right? Magic is
you need to like care about your lands and what color they are, so you have enough of certain colors so you can play certain cards, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah, you've definitely got what it takes to be really good at Magic, but it just like, this is why this game's so hard. It's been hard for me to grasp. It's very different from other card games I've played with what my the deck building and how I'm playing the game. It's more like Gwent than that. And I was never very good at Gwent, where there's like a series of mind games involved in it as well.
Because Snap is like Gwent. It's like a chart of Hearthstone and Gwent.
Yeah,
I would say.
And those are both games that I'm not particularly good at, but I do like. All right, we got
Gwent
Enchantress.
Has a good feel because the Gwent is actually pretty atmospheric. Like, I like they got the feel
are you running Shang-Chi today? Because I don't think I saw that in the first 2 games.
Shang-Chi is in the deck, but he just hasn't showed up.
Okay.
So yeah. Here I was thinking about playing Sentinel, but it's also pretty weak. Like, you play Sentinel, you have 4 energy left. What else are you gonna do, right?
Yeah. So
I play Spider-Woman just for stats, so I can trigger her with Odin later potentially.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Like, if I'm like, this is where it feels bad to play Spider-Woman instead of like a Gamora, but.
Yeah, but if you play Gamora, they don't necessarily have to play in that lane, and then Gamora is 7 power anyway.
Yeah, but the possible upsides, man. But still, I like Spider-Woman more than Gamora, but I'm not sure which one's better.
This game is about like consistency, not possibilities. Like, if you would like to go for the possibilities, just go and play poker.
Yeah,
because this is about being consistent.
That's good, and that's probably better than for someone learning how to play every game to a reasonable power instead of like, all right, I'm going for the high roll.
Yep.
That's what I dislike about the big boys deck that I got really I climbed my last 10 ranks with. It was just so much about sometimes the RNG didn't work, right? Your Jubilee pulled Sunspot, and you're like, all right.
So here I got Storma from the hub, and because this next location is super flow, I immediately stormed the location here, because next time I can play Devil Dino. Because I would have 5 energy. Got it.
So 2 things. One, Saint KJ, the deck list we will share after this, because I think I'm going to be playing the same deck list when we go live. with
We
our
actually
games.
we might be playing something for the featured location. We might do
Okay.
something like build something because this deck it works, but it definitely struggles
Yeah.
with the featured location.
So yeah, Storm Superflow is pretty good. Would you ever Storm Devil Dino and just Storm on turn 4?
Uh,
Or do
no,
you
because I have the Superflow, so I can play the Vidano on 4.
Yeah, but would you and without Superflow, do you try to always Storm on 3 or do you ever hold Storm for turn 4 or 5?
I mean, Storm isn't in my deck. She
Oh,
got generated from the hub,
got it,
so
got it, got
I
it, got
just
it. Okay.
played her because I got Superflow and I got Devil Dino.
Yeah,
So I
that's
know
pretty
my
darn
next
good.
my next play for sure would be Storm into Devil Dino because first of all, it's a pretty powerful lane and it also buffs Agatha, for Angela. Sorry.
Yeah. Project Pegasus seems like it makes leader pretty damn good right now.
Depends.
I mean, not like insane, like, but it helps you. I don't know. I like it, but I mean, I don't have it anyway.
Yeah. So then I was just then just Professor X the Superflow.
Huh. Okay.
So I know they don't have extra energy. I mean, that makes them consistent. I mean, that assures them that they're gonna win this location because what Madman plays into Superflow. Plus, they kind of knew that I would be playing the flooding location because I have Angela Del.
Yeah,
So it's
Professor
much more
X is
beneficial for
so
me.
good into the Superflow, man. Like, obviously, you lost their energy and you get the energy, but I mean, it is pretty nice to win a lane for only 4 energy. I mean, it was 5, but he had the extra one.
Mm-hmm. So as you can see, we're for sure winning the flooding location.
Yeah, no issues there. And Shang-Chi's got to be our turn 6, right?
Actually, no. I play Shang-Chi on turn 5 now, and because I have Odin.
Yeah, that's right. Odin, because it's an on reveal ability.
So
Not
that's
a
this, and I'm also flipping second. So if they play something big into Project Pegasus, Shang-Chi gets rid of this right now, and if they play something big again, he gets rid of this again because I have Odin.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But I kind of just set up the Shang-Chi so he can potentially kill something now and guarantee to kill something big later.
And honestly,
Because they can only play into this location because they locked the other two.
honestly, and Spider-Woman is really good against Iron Man too. That's one thing I didn't think about the card because right, if he goes to -1, he actually doubles it to -4 or -2, right?
That's true.
So it actually is twice as effective on him, but also just like fucks his lane up. But anyway, I was just thinking there because like I'm trying to think what do they do if you Shang-Chi Odin, like Iron Man's is scary, but still not even that scary.
I mean, yeah. But also I have Spider-Woman.
Yeah,
With Odin.
exactly.
That's
Like
why
it's like
that's
so
why I
sick.
played this in the way. Yeah, that's why I played it in the way that I played Spider-Woman, Shang-Chi, and Agent 13. So even if they play like, I don't know, Double Doctor Doom or whatever,
Yeah.
they still won't be able to come up over me in flooded location because I have +2 power from the Agent 13 guaranteed.
I
because
can
of
never
Odin.
remember which one is Doctor Doom, which one's Ultron. I know they both create robots in other lanes.
Ultron is the one that creates a 1/1 in other lanes, and Doctor Doom creates 2 Doombots, which are 5 power to the adjacent lanes.
Okay.
They morph here into my Enchantress, not a big deal. Even if they play, Spider-Man, Super Iron Man now, I can Enchantress instead of Odin and still win the game.
Yeah. What if they how much yeah, I guess because Spider-Man, that's a card I've only seen like once. It makes it so you can't play cards in that location next turn.
Yeah, so it's basically the combo is almost always Spider-Man Professor X, right? To guarantee you that guarantees you the location lockdown. So
Got it. I mean, that is a lot of investment, but I mean, it is 2 turns to guarantee a lane. You still have 4 turns to win the other lane.
and here I snap back right away, because if they play something big,
They lose for sure.
they lose, and if they play Iron Man, I am still able to come over them because this is gonna be +8 power, and Spider-Woman activates, making the lane much more weaker, and I'm still gonna come on top. So no matter what they play here, I still win.
More felt like a really ballsy play for them. I mean, maybe they didn't have anything better, but like, I mean, you had like 5 cards in hand because you have a Devil Dino. Morph doesn't seem particularly good in that situation.
That's true, but maybe they wanted to high roll. As
And
you can see,
then,
they play Giganto. I play Odin. Sanchi says goodbye to Giganto. 8 cubes easily.
yeah, I mean, you see
And
a Shang-Chi. I mean, I guess there's nothing else we showed that was really obviously like, oh, we're playing Odin.
because they snapped on me because I played Shang-Chi into an empty board, and they thought, okay, they don't have Shang-Chi, so my Giganto is gonna guarantee me the win. But I didn't anticipate the Odin.
Yeah, I mean, the Odin for me would have been a pretty hard read. It like, even though it's not, it wasn't super obvious, but it wasn't like that impossible either. It just like, when I think Odin, I think of like, White Tiger, Ironheart, you know?
Yeah, Wong, whatever. Yeah, exactly. That's why I run it in this deck, because it's pretty flexible, because it gives you a lot of utility where you can trigger your own reviews that give you cards to buff up the Devil Dino. But it can also trigger like Spider Woman, like Shang-Chi, like Enchantress. So
Hobgoblin, that was
basically,
the big one for me. When I could put their Hobgoblin back on their side, that was,
yeah,
or a Green Goblin, either one. That was badass.
he was like -9, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the last
Oh,
game. Was a pretty simple retreat, but I kept this game because I want to tell you how would I pilot the game if it actually happened to the end,
okay.
and that I would be able to win no matter what. So as I said, normally you play Nightcrawler into like lanes that are not necessarily.
Yeah, but Stark Tower is perfect because then you get a 4-power
Yeah,
Nightcrawler in any lane.
exactly. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to say. So you play Nightcrawler into the beneficial lanes like Star Tower always. Because he gives you this flexibility of 4 power moving around the board.
Agent. I mean, that's probably one of the ones we want them to hit, right?
Yeah, because it finishes my deck and is pretty bad
Oh,
card for me, honestly.
man. And then, I mean, yeah, I'd be feeling pretty good at turn 2 right now because, right, you got a Nightcrawler. It's going to be 4-power in the middle lane there. I mean, that's pretty nice.
That's true, but I haven't snapped yet because they might have a Nightcrawler themselves, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a pretty popular card. So
It's
here, because I drew Angela late, I didn't want to commit into Stark Tower because I wanted to make sure I win Sandar and I win Sanctum Sanctorum, having a 4-power Nightcrawler in mind. So I didn't have to sweat for Stark Tower. They played Angela there first, so I can't compete with their Angela with my Angela. So I just decided to play Angela into Xander.
yeah, that's pretty good. Angela Ant-Man is also like a pretty good base to. Plus, yeah, that's good. I mean, you gotta move Nightcrawler to the middle lane. You're not gonna be able to help with the Angela lane, but I mean, you got Devil Dino, and you're gonna have no issue filling the lane. Armor. Okay, so this is a point where I'm like reading to them. They're just like, I mean, we purposely played around it, but they over dedicated there for sure. Well, no,
That's exactly what I mean.
they got Nightcrawler, but I would still say they probably have over dedicated.
Yeah. And why they retreated here? I mean, I don't know why they retreated, but I can tell you what I would have done if the game went to go over a bit longer. So basically, I know they want this Nightcrawler to be there as long as possible, aka until turn 5 because of the Suck Tower effect.
Yeah, so you could Spider Woman it
So
actually and make
I
your
can
Nightcrawler
Spider
bigger.
Woman, yeah, exactly. That's what I would have done, and I would have won Sidon Sectorum by 1. And then I would put Devil Dino into the Xander lane to buff Angela even further to make Devil Dino big, and that would be a guaranteed win. So if they stayed in this game, I would have snapped right now.
Would you have played Shang? What would you have done turn 4? Would you have just played Shang-Chi to make Angela stronger?
I would have just played Enchantress, knowing that they not running any ongoing effects. Because
Got it.
Shang-Chi might come in handy if they play like a Destroyer or something bigger.
You
Because
do get your own
armor.
Ant-Man though on with Enchantress, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because I mean, I have a Devil Dino, so I would need to. That's why I didn't want to play Enchantress there.
Got
Because
it.
in case of Odin and Devil Dino, I don't like my Devil Dino to die from Enchantress, you know?
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. So that's basically all the games I had to show you and to like kind of give you my thought process of how I play the game and how I retreat and why I retreat. You sometimes don't have to. Sometimes it's not obvious when to retreat, and obviously, you need to learn that as well. Because not every retreat is obvious. You need to think like 2 turns ahead, 3 turns ahead, if you have any chance. Like on this game with Hela, potential Hela, I don't even know if it was a Hela deck, but most likely was.
Yeah.
I knew turn 3 that I wouldn't be able to win the game. I just didn't stick any longer. I didn't want him to snap. I didn't want him to do anything. I didn't want to prolong the game and lose 4 cubes. I just decided to lose 1 because I was certain I was not going to win.
Got it. All right. Yeah, I mean, those all made sense to me. They were all pretty good examples too. All right, I'm gonna stop watching your screen.
That's a good idea.
And then, do you want me to share my screen, or did you want to watch the stream? There might be a delay.
I can watch the stream. I can just actually mute you on the stream so I don't hear you double.
Yeah, I can also share my screen because there is a slight delay on the stream.
Okay, sure. So I kind of want to have a one-to-one action, I guess.
Let's take a look here. 720 resolution. Let's take a look here. All right, do you see it just fine?
I see everything. Yep.
All right, so you're not gonna see me there. I mean, unless you have the stream up, I don't know. But how you doing, Pack Demon?
I don't care about seeing you right now. To be honest, I can hear you.
Got it. All right. So first thing we should do is a deck. I'm just gonna, we'll just make it really quick because you said we might change something up.
Yeah, because we're gonna play for the location.
Got it.
Because it's beneficial.
And then if we do this again, we'll go back to the deck we worked on before, the one that you were just playing, probably.
I guess so. Yeah, because I want you to be able to be consistent with one deck.
Yeah.
So what I would like you to do, the season starts in a week.
Okay.
And I would like you to be playing 1 or 2 decks max for the entire season.
Heck yeah.
So that you can get good with them.
I will be playing other decks for YouTube content and stuff, but
I mean like practice-wise.
Yeah. But when I'm putting in the hours, I'm gonna be practicing with a couple decks, 1 deck, 2 decks.
So my thinking for the deck actually, because the Project Pegasus lets you play big boys pretty early on. The cards I definitely would like to see there are Infinite.
Got it. So here's my big boys deck. This is do you see this one just fine?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So this is the deck.
Problem with the big boys deck is that if you, let's say, you don't want to really play wave in this kind of deck when the location is Project Pegasus because you don't want to like limit your energy. So let's say you get Project Pegasus on 1 and then you have only wave, Sunspot, and Iron Man in hand. Let's say, and you don't want to play any of these cards.
Yeah. No, I felt like this is a good base to make some changes to. This was just I didn't change this for the location, unless you're thinking something totally different.
Well, I am thinking something more mid-range because this is actually like this is what the noob deck for the location would look like. Like you see big energy, you see big units.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily this. So I would go definitely Chavez,
because it just could draw consistency. Look how good I love this this variant. That's my favorite.
This variant is fucking sick.
Yeah, the base one I didn't like this one at all. I was like, oh, that one's kind of lame. But then I saw this one, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's dope.
This one's awesome. Yeah, this one's awesome. And definitely Enchantress.
Yeah, Enchantress is it's good versus Devil Dino versus Onslaught. Enchantress feels like one of the best tech cards for sure.
Because everyone plays big boys, Shang-Chi is there as well, obviously.
Oh yeah, sure. How much does he cost? Is he a 4? Yeah, there he is.
It's a 4, yeah. I would go with Professor X because that gives you the thing that I can potentially lock the location on the turn 1.
Yeah, I don't got him though. Oh yeah, I do.
He's pool 1, so you have to have him.
He's pool 1. Interesting. Yeah. I've never used him once, but I know he's insanely good. But that's a card that I read. I'm like, oh, this card's shit, but I know he's only shit because I'm not good, and I know that he's actually insane. But
he's good when you use him right.
Yeah.
So now I would go a little bit mid-range. So I would go with like Sunspot.
I love Sunspot. Do we run armor to protect it?
We do actually, yeah.
Hell yeah, I love armor. Armor's gotten better the more I've played the game. Before he was just like a body to get buffed by Spectacle or Spectrum. Now he's like just like so good. People are destroying my shit now.
Well, I would run Nightcrawler because it's just a good utility card.
Which one?
He's pretty good. Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Yeah, I love Nightcrawler. There he is.
I would go with Iceman and Korg because they're just annoying and they're pretty good. Maybe Angela because we have some one drops that we can. If Nightcrawler, we can move around, you know.
Yep.
And maybe Storm because we have Sunspot and Armor. We can stack it up in the Storm lane and let it grow.
How much is Storm? Storm's 4.
She's free. She's free.
3, of course. 2 power.
Yeah. I would go with something like this and see how it goes.
Okay. Let's go ahead. What is out of my card backs? Which one of these are your favorite? Out of these 9?
Obviously the Spider-Man one from the season pass.
There we go. All right.
And I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so.
Aren't we all? All
Well,
right.
yeah.
There we are. I got my training deck ready. Do you play on Steam or on phone?
Play on Steam.
Do you have this problem where you have to like click into the ether to get your decks?
Yes, you need to exit full screen and then you can actually freely
Got
move
it.
them around.
Because like these part of the screens on the edges are clickable. Like if something's not seeable, you can just click over there and it works. But
Yeah, that's true.
all right.
It's pretty whack, but you can just exit full screen and then you can scroll them freely.
Got it. All right. I'm going into the game if you're ready.
I am ready.
Also, yeah, I'm excited for like the Steam version to be a full release. You know, not just like a weird mobile port.
That's true. Yeah, because they kind of rushed it, you know.
Crimson Cosmos, no 1, 2, or 3. So I think for turn 1 here, I'm contemplating playing nothing.
Yeah, I agree. That's
Yeah.
a good play. I would play Armor into Xandar, I guess, because then you can play Sunspot there, and he is one additional power.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's because Xandar gets better the more cards you play, right? Because then you get a total of +4 power from the location instead of the plus whatever. Oh, baby, that's pretty nice.
Perfect.
Do we snap there, do you think?
No, not yet.
Got it. I mean, I guess we
Yes,
just
because the rest of your hand is pretty whack. Because like Professor
Yeah.
X is not Professor X is not guaranteed anywhere because you don't have much power anywhere else.
I mean, we could right, Nightcrawler, Professor X this lane, the Crimson Cosmos, but
Yeah, but this is too risky. This is only
Yeah.
5 power, and they can play something big there.
I mean, I assume we
Maybe.
just play Nightcrawler and Xandar. It's the only thing we got.
That's true.
At least because we wouldn't play Nightcrawler anywhere else because armor keeps him alive.
Gambit.
Oh, it does. It targets randomly. It doesn't target something it's guaranteed to be able to destroy.
Targets land on me. That's true.
That's interesting.
I would just storm Sakar into thinking them thinking we're gonna play there, and then we play Professor X into Crimson Cosmos.
Yeah, I like that play. This is the storm, like trying to trick him. Jubilee, huh?
Okay, so we don't winning Sakar. Huh.
I mean, they're full there. I mean, even if they go, I mean, they're. I'm trying to think of a path forward here. That was pretty rough.
What about just passing and playing Infinite in Crimson Cosmos if they don't like overcome in flooding?
Yeah, they haven't snapped or anything, so there's only a 1 cube.
There's a Dracula. So it's probably gonna get the Infinite
How many?
from them.
Oh, there we go.
They
Easy.
retreated.
Easy. Well, I was like, we gotta see how many cards are in their hand. They might, because
Yeah,
they might be having like one of that Sarah card, that 3 cost 4 power thing. Like Dracula might not be strong at all. But
yeah, but because
always
yeah, it
assume the
depends how
worst,
many cards they have. Maybe they 50-50 is or something, you know.
all right, we're up 1 cube. Are you gonna keep track of the cubes? I'm really bad at keeping track.
I can even get a notepad up.
All right, no featured location that time.
I don't like this location, so I'm pretty happy.
I
Alien. I would
I
just
mean,
go with Iceman. As I
yeah.
said, Iceman all the way, always.
I feel like
because
it's I
deck
feel like
card.
it's a trap to play Rocket Raccoon because like he's pretty good on like turn 5 when you kind of know where they're going to be playing. Kind of reason why Gamora is good because it's much easier to predict where they're going to play Gamora.
You know they're gonna play Mr. Fantastic on 3, so I would Rocket there, like on turn 3. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would just play Electra for stats, I guess, and then just pass.
Do you play it with Iceman or is that a stack? I mean, we might.
No, it's stuck in useless shit in one lane. I would play into the unrevealed location because if it's bad, we don't really feel sorry for the Electra,
Yeah,
and we want to draw from our deck, right?
yeah. Hell yeah, Electra, doing your thing.
I would go with Rocket middle and then Armor, the Iceman lane, maybe.
Yeah. We know they have Mr. Fantastic, so they really want to play it here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But maybe maybe they don't think the same. Maybe
Yeah.
they do.
But this is like extra good because right, we get 4 power in this lane and 3 power in this lane, so we beat Mr. Fantastic with the same amount of energy in both lanes that we care about.
I would follow up with Mr. Fantastic ourselves. There's no need to storm anything because we don't have a massive
Yeah.
massive body to play after storm.
I mean, we could have the storm and no, but then we don't have anything to follow it up with necessarily.
They got our infinite, so I would go and Professor X Detriskelion.
Got it. Now what are we doing on turn 6?
That's the good thing. I would probably go with like Angela and something. Because they are going to play our infinite. I am expecting them to pass here.
Got it. How do you know they got? Oh, they got her infinite from the queen. Yeah, so they're gonna.
Yeah.
They didn't pass. Interesting. Well, I mean that's
Okay,
fucking great.
but it's also one. So now we don't have the infinite. So we have Chavez. We can just slam the Chavez middle. I would probably snap.
Yeah. Okay. That was that Professor X felt good. But I mean, what were they even gonna do on turn 6 with that?
Well, you don't know what their hand was.
Yeah.
How many cards do they have in hand? Like 4?
It's too late for me to look now. I already hit next.
Yeah, but I think like 4. Something.
Oh, let's grab this. Here we go. Do you ever do the refresh missions?
I do always.
I do. So it seems to be strictly better because you get 150 credits as well, but you also get battle pass experience.
Exactly, that's the only reason. And because I don't spend money on the game, I don't have 7,000 gold. I kind of need to use it wisely.
And do you buy? Are these ever worth it? The 500 for 400? I don't know if that's more or less efficient.
I was trying to calculate this. I bought it once because I couldn't refresh any of my missions, and I got 500 gold from the ladder. And when you hit 90, you get 500 gold.
Saint KJ. So we're gonna keep playing this deck, but really quick, can we take like a 2-minute divergence to just the gentleman in chat or lady in chat, I don't know, wants us to make a pool 2 version of this deck. Is there anything in this deck that's pool 3?
No, I don't believe so.
Got it.
Pool 2 deck.
So this is a pool 2 deck. So you'll be able to make this pretty cool. Pretty quick. I don't know why I said cool. Right, he didn't have all the cards, but pool 2 is much faster than pool 3.
Pool 2 is really small.
Yeah.
As well.
It's the smallest of the pools by a pretty long shot too.
All right. So I would just pass here. There's no reason to play Sunspot because he's not gonna get buffed, and then we can play Angela on 2, and then Nightcrawler Cork Sunspot on 3 if we want to. Now we have a beefy Angela lane, and Nightcrawler we can move him out.
I like Sunspot a lot more knowing that there's armor in the deck, because without armor, like, I'm just like, he always fucking dies.
That's the only reason you play him.
Yeah.
To be honest. Okay, that is juicy.
I mean,
because we can play Angela in Project Pegasus.
And then do we play it like this?
I wouldn't go full throttle into this. I would spread the power because we have 1 more energy. So I would play Sunspot armor into the other lane.
Okay.
Then
Nightcrawler.
Play Cork Nightcrawler into Angela lane.
Got it. We're not running a Devil Dino here, right?
No.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
hey,
so they.
that might be good enough. I mean, probably not. I guess it depends on who passes more in that lane, huh?
I mean, they're already winning right now, so
Yeah.
we are actually competing on the third lane. We'll see what it is, but that was pretty premature. Like I think that was way. We just pass infinite on the 6, I guess. Because if they play cards, it's fine. If they play cards, the Sunspot won't get buffed up.
Yeah, and then we will buff.
If we don't, our is gonna get buffed. So yellow jacket.
They must be playing they must have Lockjaw, right? I assume you don't play
Yeah,
Yellow
most
Jacket without
likely.
Lockjaw, and they probably just don't have Wasp.
I would play Iceman just to make Angela even bigger, and then just shield.
And then what? And then
Just
chill,
fast.
chill. Iceman chill,
Yeah.
got it. And
Yeah,
this will give
yeah.
us 3 energy. So if they're playing on curve, they're losing here.
Are passing. But we can. I would pass. Honestly.
This just shows the power of Professor X, how he can mess up so much stuff. Well, I mean, that Spider-Man's pretty rough, huh?
Yeah, that's rough because we are losing. That's a retreat.
Yeah. 1 power difference here too, because they if they play 0 cards, they win. So
that's true.
If you can't beat them not playing a card, that means you don't beat them. Unless they
to be
absolutely
honest,
do a misplay.
Who the fuck plays Yellow Jacket into Spider-Man in one deck?
Yeah.
What is this?
That's what a feature location does to people. It makes them go crazy. Let's see how my layout. I haven't even looked at my layout. All right, I think it looks decent. I gotta adjust it, but not right now.
That's a Professor X angle right here. So I would It's a gamble, obviously. Oh, Professor X the last location.
And you just
Cork
for
no. Hold
for
Cork
Angela.
for Angela.
Oh man. Hey, but you know it happens.
Yeah. That was a 33% chance to work, and it didn't. But they put a lot of stuff in there, honestly.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, they snapped, but we might still be able to win this lane. These 2 lanes.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
I'm not too concerned about the snap yet. I mean, we did guarantee lose a lane with our 5 energy, but
maybe it's gonna turn out Bow with no name, and then we win.
Yeah.
It's Hala. Honestly, it's Sunspot, Cork, and then pass, and I keep passing until turn 6, and then Infinite, I guess.
And then
maybe only out.
Maybe we get a Shang-Chi something. Maybe we counterplay. Maybe they Infinite, and then we kill their Infinite with Shang-Chi.
Now we are chilling. Now we are probably. I would say it looks good still.
Yeah, it doesn't look unwinnable by any stretch to me. Yeah, we'll take the 4 power. I still don't know what they're playing. Like, just decent stuff so far. Probably Devil Dino if you're playing Sentinel.
Probably is the Devil Dino. Yeah, that's 100%.
I just keep looking at these like, I'll play people where I look at their cards and I'll click on it and they'll like explode and sparkles and they'll be like this is clearly a huge step above me in terms of collection level.
Yeah.
I mean, if they play Devil Dino, Shang-Chi is going to be pretty sick, but it's still not enough to win the lane.
That's true. I would still like pass here and see what happens. I guess if they pass here, that means they have Devil Dino. I mean, Infinite. Sorry.
I mean, Infinite doesn't cut it. I don't think.
Oh, he doesn't. No.
Oh, but Enchantress. But even then, like, if it was any combination, but Angela and Devil Dino in one lane is really hard.
If you get Sarah in the deck, and generally having Sarah, we could play Shang-Chi and Enchantress in one turn and then destroy them. But we can't do that, sadly.
All right.
That's a retreat.
Hey, you know what? That's the Professor X gamble. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just like to completely destroy. Other times,
Because
you know,
we would have won if we got that gamble right.
yeah.
100%.
I want to start playing Professor X in the middle lane because I feel like they purposely played to beat Professor X there.
Yeah, but you can play Professor X at
I mean,
any lane.
there's not a mathematical reason to pick the right lane. You're just trying to predict what you think your opponent will do. So,
yeah,
I mean, Iceman into Stark Tower seems pretty good.
yeah, it's true.
They got their sunspot though.
Another Professor X gamble. What'd you say?
I'm gonna say the right lane now because it's not turn 1. We'll see.
Yeah.
And just Korg here. Okay, well, we got the Professor X gamble.
Now it's both no name.
Oh
Or
no.
something.
Oh no. All right, so we see if our Infinite beats. Oh no. Hey.
Actually, it's not that bad. You can just sunspot, pass infinite, and see if it's enough.
Now they're playing fucking Killmonger. I know it. Every time I play Sunspot, I'm like, it's Killmonger Electra every game. Oh hey, never mind, we're cool.
Adam Warlock, huh?
Oh, they don't.
Horrible.
I've had that played against me like 4 times since yesterday.
This is awful. Like, this card is so bad. If they have infinite, we are winning if they infinite us. So it's like, I would snap here, honestly.
Yeah. If they got Infinite, we got Infinite.
Yeah. The thing is, our sunspot is more impactful because we don't compete against the Destroyer.
How come the Destroyer the Destroyer only cost? Oh, they have the extra energy. That's right. That is pretty big.
Yeah, but they can play Infinite now because they played. So I think Infinite still wins as the game. I believe so.
I mean, they might be playing Hulk, right? Who knows? But probably not. Is there name a more iconic duo? A 12 power Sunspot and a 20 power Infinite.
A 20 power Sunspot and 20 power Infinite, easy.
I mean 32. What they need 11. They need 13 power, right?
Yeah. So even Hulk doesn't.
Even Hulk doesn't. They need like I'm trying to even think. I mean, maybe they fucking Shang-Chi. Oh no, there's armor. Yeah, what do they do?
There's armor. Yeah, they do nothing. They can't win this.
Yeah. There's a lot of cards to think about, but I'm like, yeah, I can't think of one that does it for him there, even with the extra energy, because with only 1 slot. Now, that's where it becomes harder when you're like, oh, with 2 slots and 7 energy, what are the possibilities? That's much wider. But
well, if it wasn't armor there, then there's much many like opportunities for them to
we just
do something, right?
Some sought the dream dimension.
Yeah, and then armor the Sunspot and just chill and probably play a 3-card game of Sunspot Armor Infinite or something.
Do we save the energy for the Sunspot?
I would say so. Yeah, there's no need to play Cork. Like the likelihood of them drawing the rock is pretty much like pretty low.
Do we just play Nightcrawler somewhere, or do we save it?
I would save it. You don't have to play it just yet.
We might even get an Angela or something. I don't know. But we might not even play that.
Cosmo. Oh, so it's a destroyer deck.
Okay, so you know that because you see Cosmo Warpath.
And Cosmo, yeah. Can we beat destroyer deck? The answer is yes if they don't play it into the middle lane, but they're gonna play it in the middle lane because they played Cosmo there. So unless they don't. Okay, now I'm confused.
That does not. I mean, I guess they're gonna. I mean, what is the destroyer deck gonna do against our Angela, Nightcrawler, Korg stuff?
They have to win 2 lanes. They're not gonna win the Dream Dimension because of the huge power of Sunspot. and they won't be able to win the Oscorp Tower. I would say so.
Do we just pop this down?
Yeah.
And then maybe next turn we pass on the hope of drawing a
What is this deck?
ongoing.
Yeah, but
Everything.
why there's... Oh yeah, that's true.
So they're gonna have Spectrum.
Yeah. So we'll just say we just Enchantress on
No,
the
that kind of hurts.
Sunspot lane. Oh, the Enchantress on the Sunspot lane. Because they're not killing the Sunspot, and we make their ongoings worse. Because if they stack the lane, they don't get 4 from Ant-Man, and they don't get Captain
Yeah.
America buff.
We do reveal first, which is not ideal, but it's not that bad. And then maybe we
It depends when they play, yeah. Because now we can Shang-Chi, because we get rid of the... Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't matter anyway. But now they're
they are screwed. I would snap this.
what's the
So
what is how strong is Spectrum? What's her power? Is it 5?
Spectrum is 5 power.
5? So what? That puts them up to
even if
14.
they
That puts them 16. That ties it. So we would have to Chavez would win though.
yeah, but that ties it. But then if it ties it, then then we win by Oscorp Tower. If they play, do we? Hold on.
No, 14 versus 0 versus we'll have to math it out. 14 versus 0, yeah, because we would have 18 versus 2, which would be 16 at power advantage. So we'd win a tie right there.
That's true.
So they would never play Spectrum here in the middle because they would lose because it wouldn't work because with Cosmo.
They have to play Spectrum into the Oscorp Tower or Dream Dimension.
And Oscorp Tower would lose them and Dream Dimension would lose them. So Spectrum always loses them the game here.
That's true.
If we Chavez into the right lane, I think.
Yeah, because then she still gets the plus. Angela gets +2, and then Chavez is 9, so it's 11. So it's for sure it was a win.
I think TLSG, TLGS. Do you I assume I think I even met you in his Discord, right?
TLSG, yeah.
I think he released a video like best pool 2 decks for the Project Pegasus. That was a Spectrum ongoing deck. So that was probably that list.
There will be a lot of people who play his decks because he's a really smart guy. He's really good at the game, and I honestly think that he is the reason why I'm so good at the game, because he explains stuff in such a clear way. And he always, like, even if he has like 2 plays that he wants to make, he always says this, okay, I make this play over this play because of that, you know?
Got it.
It's he never like goes like, I'm gonna play this and then never explain this. He always explains what he's doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I originally reached out to him for coaching. I was like, hey, maybe we could do a content creator collab. Pros and Bros was kind of the name thing, but I don't think he never got back to me. So I'm happy that you reached out because you're his '1 disciple, is what I'm gonna say at least.
I mean, I hit infinite, so I think I'm good for the job.
Yeah. Bayu Sanjaya says, "What is pool mean?" So there are 3 pools of cards. There's like a bunch of cards. I don't know how many. It doesn't matter. But the point is there's like 20 cards that are classified as pool 1, 15 cards that are classified as pool 2, and whatever in pool 3. It basically, as you're progressing, you're going to get all of the cards in that first section of cards. And then once you get everything in pool 1, then you'll start getting pool 2 cards. And then when you finish that, then you'll move on to pool 3, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's basically, you can kind of think of it as like different expansions, but you have to collect all of an expansion before you collect the next one.
That's true, and also worth mentioning that the cards, the order they get the cards in is random.
Yes.
So someone can get like Infinite at the collection level 87, and someone can get him on 128.
You like Iceman above Korg pretty much always, right?
Yes.
I do kind of like this art. I liked it more when I didn't see it was like the bridge was on fire behind him. Ooh, that's pretty nice.
It's awesome that it's golden. I love the golden background. I haven't got a single card with a background yet. Yeah, that's actually good because we can move him out.
And then do we just play Korg over here?
Yeah.
I gotta remember I have this Devil Dino mindset where I'm like, yeah, but that's 2 power late game. No, not this time. Adam Warlock. Again, I'm telling you, I see a lot of Adam Warlock. I'm not saying he's good. I'm saying I see a lot of him. So our goal is to have only the Infinite.
Empty our hand, yes. That's the goblin. I would storm the.
I mean, might as well do this. We can't do the
might as well-
Crimson Cosmos.
Yeah, that's true because it's only 1, 2, 3. Why do I always think Crimson Cosmos is 1 power, not 1, 2, 3? I don't know why.
Because there is one that's 1 power. I don't remember what it is. So
That's
do
true.
we just
I don't-
storm the Necrosha? It's a
I
little.
would say so, yeah.
It's like a little weak, but not that weak.
But it's 6 powers. They have to commit there, and we have armors with 8 powers. So if they don't do 8 power now, we're winning the Necrosha.
That's actually a 9 power, right? Yeah, because armor's 3.
That doesn't make it better because they can play something big into the fighting location.
I mean, we don't not play armor though, right? Like, I don't think Enchantress is better. I mean, we could. It's just more power.
It's one more power, but
I'm
I'm
afraid of
gonna need her.
Okay, hey, there you go. Look at that wuss. We got him.
Why are they retreating? Why when I'm playing it? While I'm trying to think, they retreat.
That doesn't. So what do? They played Adam Warlock and then Wave and then they retreated. I don't know what they saw from my hand that
maybe they couldn't compete for 3 lanes. I don't know.
But I feel I didn't want to play Enchantress because every time I see Wave, I think Devil Dino, which isn't the best card, but I feel like that fits in that deck pretty well, at least because that's how I run it. But
I don't know what they were playing. So for me, it was like completely random. Like, and when I see Wave into nothing, like Adam Warlock especially, what the fuck was that? Like, I don't know what they're playing.
Adam Warlock is a card that has not impressed me. I mean, drawing cards is like good, but it's really just still not even that good. Do you ever hold Sunspot for Angela?
Yes, because Sunspot now doesn't do anything. He doesn't grow, and we have a turn to play guaranteed.
All right, Angela, armor Sunspot, or just Infinite. Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
I think so.
Infinite, and then next turn, armor the Infinite lane and play Sunspot. Oh, maybe. Huh. I would hold Sunspot for Angela because at this point he's not gonna be our main power resource, you know.
All right, Mr. Fantastic. All right, Mystique, which is a second. Ooh, Mystique, Mr. Fantastic. The plays.
Where's the Enchantress?
Yeah.
At this point, honestly, I would just like.
I don't mind going.
Angela and.
Would you go for Titan here, or would you go for the middle lane, hoping to draw Enchantress?
I mean, if you're hoping to draw Enchantress, going for Titan is better because their main power is spread across the 2 lanes, not the middle lane. So.
Angela Sunspot, next turn, armor.
Yeah, because we are for sure winning Asgard, right?
Probably. I mean, yeah, but now we could Professor X that lane.
Who flips first? They flip first.
No, we do.
We flip first. So Professor X is gonna be perfect here because they can Shang-Chi the lane.
And then Enchantress is gonna kick ass in the middle if we do that.
It's gonna like get rid of 4 power from their side.
Oh
my
man.
God, the Enchantress, man.
But it's still gonna. Why is everything still 4? Oh, it's not. Okay. So Enchantress is really, really good there. I mean, are we afraid of a Cosmo, so we go for it now? They flip first.
They flip first.
But if they flip
first, Cosmo still makes it, so we can do it.
Yeah. But if they play it next turn, so it would beat it if it was played. I mean, I don't know. Enchantress middle seems like the best way to win this lane because they're probably planning on following Onslaught with something sick.
Yeah, because we are playing Asgard Titan, we don't give a fuck about Project Pegasus right now. Go with Enchantress there and see what happens. If they Cosmo, they Cosmo, but they don't have reason to Cosmo into an Onslaught lane.
Right? Nightcrawler is still better, right, than not playing anything.
Yes.
Iron Man. Oh my God, that's.
Okay, GG. Snap this.
They're gonna retreat though.
I would snap before the card reveals, so we could snap before Enchantress. Because then maybe they would have stayed.
That was great,
I mean,
man. That's an Enchantress lane.
how did they want to win this game? By the way, even if they play Iron Man here, they wouldn't be able to win Asgard because they don't have that much energy to pass. Like,
Yeah,
what?
it's like, how do they win that game? I don't know, but look at that big number in the middle. Sometimes
yeah, right?
sometimes that's what it's about. You're like, I bet I can get that to 100. Let's go. You lost the game. Yeah, but Onslaught, baby. Onslaught Iron Man.
I mean, it looks cool, but yeah. So we are 4 cubes up, and we haven't lost a single game.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I mean, I'm doing pretty good. You're all right. Do you like
Thank
Sunspot
you.
over Korg?
I think, I mean, definitely not into nowhere.
Well, not Korg in the nowhere. No, Korg would go
but
over here.
I would play Cork in the middle because Sunspot doesn't grow now. He can play in turn 2, turn 3, and still get the power out of them.
Okay, so they're playing something, either Destroyer or Carnage, that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. If they do, we have Shang-Chi. If they go like white with like Venom or something.
So do we even bother with Sunspot knowing that they're definitely running Killmonger to kill their own hood?
I mean, they don't necessarily have to, but they most likely will. So
I mean, it's not like we have a better thing to do with the energy.
I would play Sunspot to like make them play Killmonger so we can play Nightcrawler. Because otherwise,
do you play it in the middle or do you put it in its own lane? Sunspot can kind of carry a lane.
we'll play in the middle because they're destroying the middle, most likely.
Okay, well they played their demons, so they're either gonna armor or they're not gonna kill Killmonger.
Yeah, they're not gonna Killmonger exactly. So I would love to play a Nightcrawler now, but they still might Killmonger. But if they Killmonger, they kill their own demons. So I would think I would think it's a good bait. It's a good bait. It's a good exchange.
Yeah, I'd be very happy if they Killmongered.
We can kill the Carnage pretty easily because of the Nivalier is like massive.
Yeah, this makes Shang-Chi real good, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do we just play Shang-Chi because he's like good here?
I think they have more in the pocket. I would just snap and let Sunspot grow and then play it on 5 maybe, or just
snap and pass.
I would say so, yeah.
If we play it on 5, we never get a Infinite.
I don't think we Infinite this game.
Yeah. Professor X is an ongoing ability. Interesting.
Yes, so he can get Enchantress depending on the flip. See, like it's just Shang-Chi's too good here. Honestly,
do we just
what about Professor X in the Stark Tower? It's gonna be +4. Hmm?
Yeah, do we ever get boned by this? I don't know. Probably not, because they're planning on. We're assuming that they're like, Warpath. They're not gonna want to play something.
They need to armor somewhere, honestly. Because they're gonna be playing.
Do you think we Professor X or we Shang-Chi?
If we Shang-Chi, it doesn't matter because if they armor, they flip first. So armor flips first, and then Shang-Chi doesn't kill anything. And that still wins us if we play Shang-Chi there. I think that's game. Just Shang-Chi and then yeah.
This is where you bait it out though. You don't hit end turn right away. You try to convince them that you're really thinking.
What if they I mean they can play armor there, can they? They don't anticipate Shang-Chi.
They could play armor.
No way.
I mean, they would have assumed we would have Shang-Chi'd already, I think.
But if they play armor, they still lose. I guess.
Do we? Do they? No, I mean,
we have +3. No, they win. But I don't think they do.
20, 21, 22. We're at 23. They go up to 28.
But I don't think they armor here. There's no reason to armor that early. They want
there we
to
go.
destroy your summer.
I got them to snap by taking a long time.
If they armor is unfortunate, but if they
yeah, I think this is like the perfect kind of gamble. Like they took a huge risk of not doing this till super late. All right, well they got it.
Oh fuck. Oh, that's the flip order right here. Kind of sad. Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, but whatever. That I think
That was a good.
they took a way bigger gamble by not armoring until turn 6.
That's true. Well, it happens, I guess.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes they got it and they outplay. If we flip first though,
it's a flip order, exactly.
because yeah, we would have destroyed them if we flip first. All right, well these aren't real games, but
We can storm this.
you're right. I mean, I guess we just armor. I mean, do we armor the storm lane to?
If we draw into Sunspot, yeah. I guess.
Even then, it just adds more power to the storm lane, I guess.
I mean, I like 8 cube games because they're about like everything or nothing, right? That was the good example. Oh yeah, so it's perfect. So it's Storm Sunspot into the middle.
And then Infinite. Also, it would be funny to play a TVA game and then they... No, I don't know if they can. They can't Hella, right? Where it makes it so there's limbo.
I mean,
Goes
there's a Mysteria, so... I would assume the real Mysteria is in the middle. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'm with you. So we just Sunspot. Do we just get Angela down too? Or do we...
You can just Angela and Nightcrawler and like make the Sunspot grow until turn 5, I guess, and then we see what they do.
Maximus. I mean,
but we still win. We still win flooding location. It doesn't look like a Doctor Doom deck. Where do we think the real Mysterio is?
I assume they wouldn't play Maximus in the center unless it was the real Mysterio. I don't think. I mean, unless they really thought we weren't gonna play anything there.
So if we pass right now with Sunspot, it's gonna be +5.
Yeah, we'd be 1 short if that's their real Mysterio, but Nightcrawler would put it over.
That's true. That's also true.
And
I
then
would pass here and then play Infinite on the last turn, and then Nightcrawler over to the flood location.
What is Sarah? Cards in your hand cost 1 less. That's my least favorite card in the game.
She's actually awesome.
Yeah, but that's why I hate her. It's like, it's just way too powerful. It's a card that I can no longer have any idea how to predict anything that's going to happen this game.
That's true. We don't know what they're gonna play.
This is my thought process.
You think we Infinite the right?
You want Infinite the right? I'm thinking because they only have 1 space here, there's less to play around. Assuming that this is 0.
True, but they also that's true, but they also have Ant-Man there.
Yeah.
It's +4.
5, 6, 7, 8. So let's assume that they're at 8. They would need 12. They would need 14 power, so a Giganto or something. Assuming this is 0.
Assuming this is 0, yeah. And I don't know what I think the 0 is in the flooded location, but maybe I'm just the wrong assumption.
Even then, I don't think they'd play Sarah into... I mean, maybe that's the 5, and maybe they play Sarah here so they leave a spot here, but Sarah into fighting for a 1-spot lane doesn't sound reasonable to me.
Okay, we need to play. Let's Infinite left and see what happens.
Nightcrawler middle?
Yeah.
All right, well, that was
a GG, I guess.
Where was... Yeah, the real one was in the middle.
There you go. That was a good game.
That was good. That was close, but thank God Nightcrawler. That's why... Oh, yeah, Nightcrawler's bad, says no one ever. He's, like, fucking sick, man. Nightcrawler is such a good card.
I agree.
Hey, we got Pixel Angela.
I hate this variant. It's so ugly. Like...
I hate it. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
I thank you for the free 1 collection level when I frame break it, because frame break the first level of frame break is the most efficient because it's only 25 per collection level,
And
Yeah,
everything
that's why
beyond
they-
that is 50.
That's why they scream at you like, "Oh, upgrade your gray cards first."
Yeah, I still don't, but
Even if you do it, you still run out of credits pretty quickly.
yeah, I mean, and obviously I have I have all this gold sitting waiting to buy out the store tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do this, I'm not gonna stop you. You have money. You have your money what you want. Like,
I came. So here's the thing. I came off playing gotcha games. I used to play. My YouTube channel was gotcha games before this. So this is like the fact that I could spend like $50 and get a good amount of stuff for a while is insane. Gotcha cost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars every few weeks sometimes for some people.
that's true.
And I hate those systems. This is what I'm thinking.
Isn't it too much overcommitting to the one lane?
I do think so, because we might draw garbage. But I don't like playing Sun. I like playing Angela. I like playing Sunspot.
I would go Sunspot armor and then hold, yeah,
Like this.
and then Iceman into the Angela lane, I guess.
Yeah, that's a better split. I like this play more. My main goal was like, all right, I want Sunspot armor, but I don't. They don't have to go in the Angela lane. We're not gonna have any issue spending the rest of the game putting stuff there.
Magneto.
I love Magneto, man. That card is so fucking cool.
Pretty cool card, I agree. I mean, the good thing about Sunspot here is like our hand is empty, but we don't care. We still gain power, right?
Yeah, he's still sick.
Is this a Hela deck? It looks like it because there's Magneto, there's Blade. So
I didn't see what they discarded.
I saw, but I don't remember. I didn't pay attention.
I don't know. Corgan.
I wouldn't. I mean, you can play the Cork, but we're not competing for this lane anymore. Magneto is too big. Unless Shang-Chi, right?
Red Skull.
Red Skull. Yeah, it's definitely a Hela deck.
I mean, we can't Professor X and Infinite, unfortunately.
I would play Nightcrawler.
I mean, might as well play it.
The...
Might as well play it Angela and then move it somewhere.
You know what? We need to actually count. We need to count for drawing Shang-Chi, because then we win Project Pegasus, and then if we lock down the Los Diablos base of Professor X, they can't resummon Carter.
So do you think we play Korg here then? Just to get them. This is where they just play debris and ruin the whole game, even though it makes no sense. Every now and then you just find someone has a deck and then they have a card in there that makes no fucking sense.
Agree.
I mean, Shang-Chi
so we are
looks
just
good
playing Professor X and counting on Shang-Chi on turn 6, and if we don't draw it, we retreat, right?
Yeah, I think so. We got a 33% chance.
I like the odds, I guess.
All right,
I mean, that makes it so if we draw Shang-Chi, we win 100%, right?
No, wait, we draw
We don't draw
Chavez.
Shang-Chi because we have Chavez,
Fuck,
right?
I forgot about Chavez. All right, well.
Me too, actually, yeah. That's a retreat. Because we would have won.
Whatever. That was a 1 cube. We lost 1 extra cube.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an
but still,
unnecessary cube, but still, whatever.
Yeah, if I knew he couldn't draw into the freaking Shang-Chi, I would have retreated earlier. But yeah.
No, yeah, I forget. Chavez gets me every time. I'm like, all right, I could draw into this card, and it's always like, God damn it, that's right. I hate that card.
But when you draw her, when you need her, man, she's so good. Oh, the best card in the game.
Yeah, she's the best card when you don't draw her, because that's what she does. It's the only card you run in your deck to not draw. I mean, I don't know. Do we?
I mean, why not armor? You know, it's like why not?
Just in the.
Not into Isle of Sun. Yeah. Yeah, because.
Oh, I put it into the big house, because it didn't work in Isle of Silence.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not in the Isle of Silence. I wish we haven't played, because we could infinite, but we can actually. Do we Professor X anything ever? Yeah, we can because they can play big cards into the big house.
We
either.
can only play Professor X in a Project Pegasus because he doesn't work in Isle of Silence and he's
I know,
too big
I
for a
know.
big house.
I know, but do you have any other plans? Not really, right? We're not gonna play Enchantress into nothing.
And Shang-Chi into
So
nothing.
if it doesn't work, we just retreat. 'Cause the
Yeah, okay.
yeah, that's a retreat.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we have nothing. Sadly.
That's a location screw there more than anything.
That's why I don't like the featured locations. Like if it was a normal game, and honestly, I think like I've been doing better with the deck we've played yesterday and today. I was showing off than with the deck for the location itself.
So the reason I like the featured locations is, I mean, so far it seems like it's mostly like, hey, Sunday, like Sunday, there's a featured location, and so it feels like it's it just I like that it's like it seems like a 1 day a week thing. Things get mixed up in a pretty significant way. Most of the time,
That's technically cool because it makes the game fresh. But on the other hand, if the location is really annoying, you don't want to play that day.
Yeah.
You kind of have to because of the missions and stuff.
Yeah, and so it's a double-edged sword. But I usually, as long as it's like a day, I'm happy with it. I'm like, an annoying location, maybe I'll only play like 10 games today and be annoyed with it and leave. Although if it's the featured location Weird World, I'm like, fuck off. I'm not even playing your stupid game. That's true. I'm like, I'm not playing Weird World. I'm not playing District X. What's the point of having a card game where I don't get to use my cards?
That's true.
Hey, we get a Infinite.
Yes, we do, and we might be able to play it somewhere. But where do we want to play it? Not into honestly, I would play it into Sunspot Lane because that makes them like raise the Infinite, which is impossible to do. And they flip first. But their Sunspot Lane, I mean, not ours.
Oh,
I mean,
got
their
it.
Sunspot Lane.
I was like, because it moves it to a random location. Does that make it better? I don't know. And then
No, because we're gonna be probably Professor Xing the Strange Academy.
And do we just Iceman the middle, or do we just plan on Professor Xing?
I'm thinking we Professor Xing the Strange Academy, so we play Iceman there, because the cards won't move after we Professor X.
That's right,
obviously.
right. And this is more power. That's right, because you get 2 power for the 1 energy instead of 1 power from Sunspot.
Honestly, it's a snap.
Yeah, this seems like a pretty good win. Do we just Shang-Chi the middle, and then we Professor X next turn?
Yeah, I would say so.
We don't even get a Professor X because of the Dream Dimension.
Although we don't have to compete for the Dream Dimension, I would say we just buff Sunspot up to make it better for Professor X.
We can't play Professor X until turn 6 because of Dream Dimension.
Oh, that's true.
So maybe we Storm, or maybe we do just let it sit and gain power.
If we Storm, they're gonna play into there. We don't want that, right?
Yeah, we're not gonna know. We're not gonna know where these are gonna go either. Oh, but if we destroy it, we get to hold the cards here.
Yeah, that's true. But then they play here, and I don't like that. But I think that's the only option we have, right?
It's either that or Shang-Chi and their dinosaur and making them feel like we're gonna push for that lane. But then all this stuff moves.
You think it's a good mind game here? I don't think it is. Because then because it moves then and then.
Oh, we gotta play. We gotta play.
Yeah, sure. Because they commit there 100%. They commit their heart. You see. Moon Girl, yeah. We can do it always. We can do it. We can do Shang-Chi right now, when they Moon Girl. So yeah.
They're gonna play. What are they gonna play here? It's everything is expensive though. So the most they could play is a 5-drop, and they already played Devil Dinosaur. So I'm thinking they can't even play a 5-drop. They have to play a 4-drop, right? Mm-hmm. Because it costs more, and I can't think of a 4-drop that's strong enough here to win. Even like Killmonger doesn't do it.
Maybe White Queen. Maybe White Queen is kind of juicy.
I don't remember. I don't know who that is.
She pulls.
The
from you.
the 6 power.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what we do now, I guess. Sentinel.
All right. I mean, hey, good mind game, I guess. For 1 second there, I thought there might be a threat. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was a good game. That was a great game, actually.
Yeah, that was well fought, actually.
I think they surrendered to the Shang-Chi, even though it really didn't mean much. That was mostly there just to make them feel like we got a lot of value.
Yeah, because we could just pass on the Sunspot lane and then it would be the same outcome.
61. I used to be ranked 72, man. What happened? Goddamn pool 3. I can't tell you how many times I'm like, all right, they can't beat my Gigantos, and it's like Lady Death. I'm like, ah.
I mean, it will eventually even out, you know?
Yeah. No, it
Like,
will.
it will eventually...
I was
yeah.
really hoping to hit infinite by this the end of this rank, and I'll still try, but we got an Iceman, never the Dark Dimension, because it doesn't do anything there. We could hold it for Angela.
I wouldn't Iceman now, yeah, we called it for Angela.
Angela is way strong with Project Pegasus.
We infinite into the Dream Dimension.
Yeah.
We ever do it? Yeah, right?
And then we just are still holding them.
Then Chile, I held it for Angela. Okay, so I would consider it a win already if we draw Shang-Chi, I snap.
Oh, yeah, well, there we go. So we play heavily, do you think, into Atlantis and then surprise him with Shang-Chi? Or do you just Angela and then plan on not mind gaming, just...
I would say Angela... That's the good question,
if we stack in here, I am afraid... I think we Shang-Chi next turn. I don't think we save it till turn 6 in case of an armor. Well, they're probably going to armor the Sunspot, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No one armors Infinite, right?
I'm thinking Iceman, Angela, middle.
Yeah. They passed. Interesting.
I mean, they got their Sunspot, I guess.
Yeah, but they only have a Sunspot, nothing else. I mean, after that turn, they have nothing.
You think Shang-Chi? Do you think? And then
yeah, because they're gonna armor the Infinite. Like, who would do that?
Yeah, it feels bad, but maybe. All right, they passed again.
We're not playing anything. What's happening?
They're getting that
I
Sunspot.
I can smell a retreat. You know what they can do? They can Arnhem Zola maybe. The Sunspot on 6.
Who flips
so I
first?
would.
They flip first.
That's turn 5, so they can't do that yet.
So do we make it so they can't Arnhem Zola there, and then next turn we oh, maybe we just armor there then for.
Because
we keep their guy alive for them, and then do we just? I guess we Korg here, right? And then next turn we play something more powerful there.
I would Korg into the
in the middle, and then we play something more powerful here, like an Enchantress.
You know what? No, Korg in the Dark Dimension. That's actually a good idea. They play there as well. They flip first. What do you think that it can be? Can it beat fucking Infinite Chavez and like... We flip first. If it's Shang-Chi, we crying, right?
Even then, Shang-Chi, what does Shang-Chi do? It's 3. They would have to have Shang-Chi Killmonger to... No, that still wouldn't even work, because Angela would still survive with Shang-Chi and win.
Yeah, but I mean, if they Shang-Chi in the Dark Dimension, because they play something there. So, and we flip first, so...
Maybe we just Professor X here then? Keep it safe?
I would think so, yeah. I would feel so, yeah. I don't think they can
take
power. Cock.
And you know what? I won't lie, that's good for them. Oh my god. Well, they had some power there.
Oof.
I don't think you play around Dr. Octagonopus that much. It was way more reasonable. It was way more reasonable to play around Shang-Chi there. And it worked, but
why would you dog into Dark Dimension when the Future Legacy is Project Pegasus? Like, what the fuck?
It's like that's what sucks is it's like, you know, when you're playing a like there was an episode of Smart Guy, which is just a show, and it's like, all right, they couldn't beat this chess computer, because it was too smart. The only way they were able to beat it is by doing really terrible moves, because it didn't know how to react to the terrible moves and respond to them. And I'm like, that's it. It's like they almost won because it was like no one would do that because it's bad.
Yeah, you don't anticipate bad moves. But hey, we won, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We won.
Korg MVP.
I think we won.
MVP. If we haven't.
Yeah, Korg did it. Yeah, that's right. Korg into the left. Otherwise, that's how close that game was. Damn. I really like Goose and Sunspot.
Yeah, because, I mean, Is Goose 456 or 3456?
4, 5,
I
6.
never remember.
So
4, 5,
it
6.
doesn't kill. It doesn't save him from Killmonger, but I don't know.
Armor does.
It just in a way it's like with armor it does, yeah. But it's like you don't beat Goose and armor and Sunspot. I feel like this is like just an
I
easy
don't
win
think
lane.
so. And then we Medusa middle, right?
Um,
It's just good.
what are we doing in the middle?
Medusa. Because it's +2 power.
Yeah, I was just thinking about, do we ever Mystique for the armor benefit, or do we ever play Mystique for the Goose benefit in the middle here?
We don't need Mystique for the armor, I guess. Why would we do that?
No, but I was
I
saying
mean, this-
Mystique for the Goose. I was thinking maybe to prevent them from playing, but we have Shang-Chi as well. We kind of want them to play 6-cost things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they armored
They play armor
anyway.
themselves. That's a
Leech.
leech.
Well, we don't have Shang-Chi now, but
They played leech, so it's pretty weak.
I actually, oh man, I really wish we could have Professor X
We-
last turn, because Professor X in the
honestly, we
Oscorp tower is great. Wait, does Professor X save
we can-
himself from Oscorp?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
We can Mystique the Oscorp tower, give him garbage.
Yeah. I mean, then we lose 3 power in this lane, but I don't think we're concerned with no 4, 5s, and 6. With 1, 2, 3s.
Yeah, it's not possible. There's no Killmongers, nothing. Or
No.
Storm it.
No.
Reap.
Man, fuck you, Leech. That card's.
Yeah. But actually, we can play Enchantress into the middle and don't lose the armor.
No.
Because we don't.
Enchantress doesn't do
compete-
anything.
I know that's the
Oh, yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
We don't want her to do anything.
All right, there's no way we Professor X, right?
I mean, the thing is where they're going to compete. That's the thing.
Do we just pass and hope we draw Infinite?
I think.
No,
so,
we
yes.
can't. Chavez.
Chavez.
Maybe Chavez is enough though if we.
I don't think so because it depends how they're going to compete. I would play Shang-Chi and see in the middle like this, and see what we can even play him into there because of Goose.
Are you willing to lose the
Uh,
extra cube? Is that what you would do here? You think?
I mean, it's worth risking because the middle lane is pretty weak from them. Like, they have Leech there.
Mm.
Spider-Man.
That doesn't affect their
Well,
side, does it?
In that case, it's a retreat.
Yeah. If we actually would have won with Professor X, but that's like unlikely, right?
Yeah, like
Especially on turn 5, like what they just play fucking who knows out of nowhere, right? They're just playing big shit, so it's not hard for them to win there.
There's only 4 power for us to play with, and
And to be fair, like Leech is really not that good when I'm running Infinites, but it did hit our shit there. I mean, we saved Sunspot for Angela, and then we probably are gonna play him in the middle.
depends on the location, I guess.
We see what we draw. We drew our rock.
Wow, sick.
No.
I don't think we play Sunspot and Angela in one lane. It's like
Yeah.
it's too overcommitting, right?
Do we play the
I
rock?
wouldn't play Sunspot into Grand Central because we can get the rock out of it and it's kind of bleh. So I would think this is the best play.
Do we want to just play the rock on Angela, or is that completely irrelevant? Because we'll have plenty of.
I mean, it depends when they play because if they play into Project Pegasus, sure, but we have plenty of turns to do that.
Got it.
It's only 1 power, so
All right, Ronan is pretty bad against us.
yeah, we have Enchantress for that as well. I will just play Cork there for now. Uh, hmm. Maybe we keep the rock in the hand, so maybe it gets eaten by Grand Central because we don't really want to play there.
Got
I
it.
think we
Next
already,
turn, we
like-
definitely want to play Enchantress because we don't want Enchantress to be pulled by Grand Central.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
This is gonna be some-
then this row would be filled up with Enchantress Rock, which is pretty bad. Okay, they're doing
because we don't know which shit is gonna get pulled, right? From them to Grand Central, so we don't really want to play there.
Oh,
Maybe we get the Infinite. It's a 50-50 for,
yeah.
for Infinite.
If we would have played Rock, we would have been able to guarantee the Infinite. Well, not guarantee, but maybe.
It still will be. It's gonna be 33% chance. So if we do, I would snap. Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay. You're gonna Killmonger in the deck when you have 1-drops? I wouldn't say. I don't think so.
I mean, he has Beast though. I guess he pulls it back to his hand. Maybe we just
Yeah, are we crazy to Professor X there? Exactly. Yeah. Then 50-50 on the Infinite.
because we flip first, so these things are all safe, and then we have 50-50 on the Infinite, and if we don't, like, our middle lane is still way stronger than theirs. Wow. Well, they're playing some stuff.
I mean, they're playing the 1-drops, right? Maximus.
Well,
Maximus sucks because it decreases the chance of the Infinite. Kinda lame.
that rock is expensive.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
let's go.
Easy. Oh God! Damn it!
But we can Chavez and maybe still in the middle.
All right, do we Chavez or just Shang-Chi in case they play something big?
They flip first. +2 power. This is gonna be enough if they. Shang-Chi's not gonna be enough because we are losing by 2. If they play something big, Angela is gonna be +2. They have to play like this. I would risk it for 2 cubes. They haven't snapped.
I think 2 cubes is a good risk. Yeah, they had a rock.
See?
Man, they got that Shang-Chi on our Infinite. We got the 1 and 4. What was theirs? Let's see how many cards they had in their hand. Okay, they had 2. They had rock. They had rock Shang-Chi.
But still, like.
Yeah, they could have gotten the rock. Man, talk about high roll. You know, let us high roll. Let us high roll, you jerk.
And not only they get the high roll themselves, but they only get the correct flip order.
And if it was like if the flip was the different, but still, that's when normally when that kind of stuff happens, you lose. So winning that game was pretty good. I know it.
Standard procedure. We hold cork for Angela.
Yeah. No, if you have Angela, save the 1-drops.
Play Infinite.
Into the danger room and risk it.
I mean, if you want to do it, sure.
What would you do? Where would you play him? Just in the middle?
I would play him in the middle. But if danger room makes it so they are most likely to. Oh my gosh! Holy shit! I don't like this snap.
They haven't played any cards. Everyone's playing a deck built around this location. They don't know. They have no. This is an uneducated snap.
Daredevil. Right.
Oh,
that's why
man.
It snapped. Okay. That's not that bad. We have Sunspot still. That prevents, makes out of power by himself.
I don't mind storming.
Angela Sunspot Storm, maybe the Avengers compound. Because we have power over time there, and if we draw into armor, we are cruising, I guess. Depends.
They're just storming it.
I would slim storm this, yeah.
On turn 5, all cards must be played there. I don't know if we're hoping for an armor. I'm afraid that, I just assume everyone has Shang-Chi today, right? It's just like a good card to be playing.
Yeah. Exactly. Enchantress, not enough.
And it doesn't even do anything.
Yeah, that's true. And we can't Professor X because they will.
But we flip first.
We flip first. If we Professor X in the middle, they can do anything about it.
And then what are we doing over here? I mean, we're already ahead. Can we win if they double dedicate? I mean, because we could even just. I think this is good.
I think this feels good.
I mean, it can get tranchied, but I think if we Professor X into the flooding location, they still need to play there to try to compete, and then we have Sunspot.
We're drawing Chavez
Otherwise
though.
they won't-
Chavez is pretty darn good.
That's true, but we won't be able to play her anywhere.
Oh, that's right, right. The location's flooded. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So maybe we should have Professor X into the flooding location, and then even if they Shanchi us into Project Pegasus, we still win.
We still get, I mean, yeah, we get another 6 power here, so we're at 15. And next turn, if we just by playing nothing.
But they're thinking. Is this enough? It's not enough. It's one off.
Yeah, we're at 15.
That's a retreat. Yep.
I'm losing. Do they not know math? I'm gonna mute
They
you
do,
just because that's annoying.
Yeah, they are just triggering you.
Got it, one off. So maybe we should have Professor X'd over there.
But if you Professor X, then take Gamora there. And we still
Yeah.
lose.
Yeah. Gamora was pretty good, but I mean, still, I mean, she was only 5 power for 7.
Gamora is good with Gamora is good with Daredevil only because you're guaranteed a hit, right?
Unless they, yeah. Even in the case that we flip first, it wouldn't have mattered. Which we did. Yeah. I mean, nothing we really could have done there, I guess. I felt really confident about that storm lane, though.
Me too, because of Sunspot. Like, it's always feels confident when you have Sunspot, like, storm into one lane, you know?
We always Korg first, just because it gives us some value, potentially.
Yes, exactly.
And put some crappy card in there.
Sometimes you play everything correct and still lose. That's what it is.
I mean, that's a card game. Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's...
Do we armor there because they have the...
I think we do. I think we flip first. That's like sick. Your guy, he's staying there, buddy.
It's a -5 for free, pretty much, and I don't think they are competing against this at this point. That's a pretty shitty hand for having 8 energy.
And I still feel like I play Sunspot middle, but that might be overcommitting.
Well, that makes it so we win for sure because they run Killmonger. So
It is
Sunspot anywhere else.
It is 1 energy for almost a guaranteed win in that lane, I think. So that's pretty good.
That's true, but I would also play something into the Asgard just so that they.
We never play Shang-Chi here though, right?
No.
Maybe we don't even
It's
play.
not.
Yeah, because Nightcrawler can move, so I don't mind having 2 1-drops over here.
Wow.
Stop that.
That's still fine, I guess. They have demon.
They give us -6. I mean, that's pretty... Man, this hand sucks. I mean, I guess we take our free power.
Yeah, I mean just pass infinite, I guess. Especially now when they can kill it. Yeah, it's pass infinite, I would say.
Yeah, I love passing on their Daredevil turn also.
Yes. Plus, I think if they play Destroyer into Armor Lane, they still lose because it's 19. They lose negative zone for sure. I don't think they win here.
Oh my
What
god.
did they do? Jesus.
I mean, who's expecting... It's still a tie there. Interesting.
Yeah, but we lose if we play. I don't know. Because do you want to play Destroy? Because they think that they play anything in the negative zone and they win. Like literally anything.
Yeah. I mean, who plays Green Goblin, Hobgoblin with the negative zone? I mean, those...
no one.
That's
no
like
one.
that's like the probably like literally the most powerful thing. Cards for that location.
Yeah, that's a retreat. They play anything into negative zone, they win, and they already win Project Pegasus. Even if you Enchantress there, into Project Pegasus, it's not guaranteed to win because they already win Asgard, so they don't have
mean,
to worry about anything.
I'm trying to think what their deck is with, like, they have hood armor, but then they have Hobgoblin, Green Goblin. Like, it just seems weird.
Green Goblin doesn't run into the Destroyer decks. Only Hobgoblin does. Maybe they're just overcommitted on the goblins.
Yeah, I don't see how we get out of that one. That was the Hobgoblin was too powerful.
That was a fucking 12-hour Sunspot, and we still tied this lane. So I would say he did some good job.
Yeah, his deck was great for that location. Standard procedure. We hold Angela. And we hold Iceman. Well, I guess we play them over here. Angela doesn't get stronger. And then what we
from the dark dimension, she does.
Yeah, it just would be kind of late. Oh, great. Right on time. You destroy the dark dimension?
Do you think cards on flip there?
No. It's right.
I don't know how this works.
No, on reveal, so she doesn't get revealed. So Sunspot is the worst card ever there because it will get 0 power. So maybe we should have Angela over in the dark dimension.
Yeah, but then you have to stack power there, pretty small stuff, and then he just plays something big there, I guess. What about storming the Project Pegasus and just playing like an Iceman there or something? And then Sunspot maybe as well to win this for sure.
And then we just see if Infinite can win the middle here.
Yeah.
Zero. Red Skull 0. I mean, that's pretty buff. But we still win that lane a lot of times.
We might.
I mean, it depends. If they dedicate nothing else, the Sunspot will get there with 9 more power, for sure. But
I say we still just pass and pass. They can... I mean, they already... The big power push is gone already. They have Psychic Mary as well. But I don't think we care.
I mean, do they run Killmonger in this kind of deck? Well, they got the Infinite.
I don't think so. I don't remember Killmonger being there.
So this is a 5-drop, right? No, that's a 4-drop. So they need 14 power here.
I don't know what might be in Dark Dimension right now. I have no idea. Maybe like a Ebonima or something?
I haven't seen anyone play Ebony Maw. I mean, do you think Infinite's better in the middle or in Dark Dimension? They need 14 power here. They can't play like Gigantos or anything here. Like, right? They could play Shang-Chi.
14 power.
They know we have Infinite.
Yeah, but there's nothing like a 14 that has 14 power in this deck, is it? I can think of anything.
No, I can't think of a... I think they could Shang-Chi us and win, which they're probably running.
I don't think Shang-Chi runs in this deck. Plus they flip first, so they cannot do that.
You're right. They flip first. I mean, I'm willing to stay. I don't want to snap unless you're confident.
Yeah, because I'm not certain. No.
This looks like a... Oh, well. I don't know what Polaris does. I don't know what...
She moved the Angela over and we lost.
What is that card? Move an imposing 1 or 2 cost card to this location.
So 1.
So we were pretty much screwed there because they were either going to pull Sunspot or Angela. No, if they pulled Sunspot, they lose. Right?
Yeah.
No, they would have been at 10.
So it was...
They would have won if they pulled Sunspot too.
Yeah.
They had to pull Iceman for us to win.
Yes, it was a 50-50 basically because it was two good pulls and 2 bad pulls. It happens.
Yeah.
It wasn't an 8-cube game, it was a 2-cube, so whatever.
That was a particularly terrible set of locations for us as well. Hi, kitty. How you doing, buddy? Sleeping on my papers? That's fine. All right, what a wonderful hand, as long as we get the +5 energy next turn.
And you know we won't because the game is lovely.
That might have been the worst card for it to pull.
I mean, they put into score girl, so
I mean, yeah, I mean,
play like they play a zoo deck for sure.
I think we hold Nightcrawler in case this has a 60% chance of letting us play the Infinite if we don't play anything.
When did when did that come from? Oh, if the Project Pegasus like pops up, right?
Yeah, it's 60%, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well, you know, almost.
I mean,
it's Project
gave you
Pegasus at
energy,
home.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't know, Sunspot. I mean, they already have two things here that are pretty weak.
Yeah, that's true. I would Nightcrawler as well, so we can move him out.
Nightcrawler Stark Towers is good. Hey,
I wish we had this Enchantress
yeah,
now.
motherfucking Sakar. Man, how this is like a fucking unimpressive hand, man.
Yeah, but also they play really unimpressive stuff as well, so.
I mean, they're gonna Blue Marvel Onslaught. That's gonna be their whole plan, I think. I mean, I assume we're playing Infinite next turn. Especially because, like, Professor X is especially bad versus, like, Khazar kind of, like, buffing people, even though you can't add things to the lane.
Yeah, that's true. Because we want to move Nightcrawler out. We don't want to stick him up to this lane, right?
Yeah. All right, so I'm just passing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So there goes Blue Marvel's Onslaught, I guess.
They're definitely not playing Onslaught then, though, right? Like, why would you not play Onslaught played in the middle? I mean, I guess there's some reasons not to, but if they play Onslaught here, how much power do they get?
Shit ton.
Yeah, shit ton. 8. I mean, is there I don't know if there's any, if they play Onslaught, is there a way to win?
I'm just thinking about one and I can see one. They haven't snapped. I think
if they play Onslaught, they reveal first. Shang-Chi kills the Onslaught.
No, because it's 7 power.
But, you know, he'll be buffed by Blue Marvel, right? He'll be up to 9. Does it not work that way?
Oh, it does. You're right. But we still lose all the lanes then, right?
I can move Nightcrawler to 8.
But it's still gonna be a tie. It's still gonna be a tie. And they have 7 here. We have 4. Do we win if they play Infinite Onslaught here? It's gonna be, yeah, we do.
I think it's a,
because we tie Sakar, and then we win more Stark Tower than they win Tinker's Workshop. I think we're good.
I don't think I snap. I think it's close enough, but I think Onslaught getting double buffed by Blue Marvel into Shang-Chi range is pretty good. Okay, well, they didn't do that.
But they clawed. So we still lose.
We definitely lose there. We were playing against, like, obviously their strongest play. What they did is their second strongest play.
Yeah, I would say so. But it looked like an Onslaught play. Like, don't tell me it didn't.
No. This looked like a super Onslaught play, which is the Infinite in the middle would have won. Which this is like a situation where being a worse player gets you the win. Because
I think being better player makes you overthink much more.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I overthink way too much sometimes.
I mean, we can't play Sunspot there, so we play Sunspot in the middle. Hopefully they don't Electra him turn 1, but that's it.
I don't think people play Electra anymore.
I mean, I see a decent amount. Oh, that's real nice. Oh, that's not okay.
Is it a 2-card game? Freaking Sunspots pass infinite.
It's looking like it. I mean, it looks more like it now. Also, Scorpion doesn't really hurt my Infinite.
Nah, really. I'll just pass here. To
I
be
mean,
honest.
this is an extra power though.
That's true.
It's 2 power instead of the 1 power.
That's true.
We still want to draw that armor though. I don't know. Angela's bad on turn 4. There's no way she's gonna be good.
Yeah, we don't care about her now. Not so long. We can Enchantress that if we want to.
I think we
Just
got
make sure they
to.
don't do any crazy shit. And
Also-
we flip first, so whatever
al-
they do, it's not that scary.
Also, Professor X though. Yeah, but Enchantress has got. Well, Professor X.
But then we don't need any other lane. Like, what do we do next?
I don't know. I guess we just Enchantress.
If this is, I mean, the problem is being if this is White Tiger, we lose because they can just all in this and then it goes all the way. I think we do this in Prey. It doesn't go anywhere crazy. This is White Tiger 100%, right?
Yeah.
Do we dare to? We can Professor X the Icebox if they all in middle, which they might do, and we win. So all in is only 8. They snap.
Yeah, but they snapped last turn. They didn't snap this turn. They snapped to the White Tiger play.
But they're playing all the middle.
Yeah, but
Like, that's-
they flip first though.
All right. Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, if they Odin here, which is what I'm kind of expecting, I guess
Odin here we still lose because Odin is 8, so it's
there'd only be
11 to 14. That's 7.
and then the
So
7 that could go here.
I would say we play Chavez in Crimson Cosmos and like 50-50 the flip of the Tiger going into the Icebox.
But if the Tiger goes into the Icebox here, we tie there anyway.
What if we? That's true. What
And
if we
I-
move Nightcrawler?
And
This is gonna be 11, right?
that'd be
We can
that'd
move
be
the Yeah, we can move the Nightcrawler, and this will beat this, I guess.
got it. And this also plays around Ironheart a bit better too, I think.
That's true.
I mean, that's just not strong enough, right?
Yeah, that wins. GG. I mean, they would have. I wasn't expecting an Odin. Like I would, but I think they would have Odin if they
So-
get the wonks up still.
I think I'm still in a mindset where that was the only card that you play on turn 6 in a White Tiger deck. Like, because that was for the first 2 weeks of the game or week of the game, right? It was Odin decks because that's like the third card you unlock. And so people, I don't even think about Doctor Doom. He's not even in my mindset.
I have, but not into the Crimson Cosmos. I was thinking about the middle. And if it was Doctor Doom, it's even better because then we win 100%.
Yeah.
Odin would have been a 50-50.
That's what could be tough is you got to do so much quick math when you're thinking about a specific card. Like, all right, for my side, it's like Odin. All right, Odin here does this. This has a 50% chance of here and here. So this play here beats this. But this, and by the time I'm through that one card, I'm like, all right, I'm out of time. I got to make a play. I didn't even consider a second card.
Yeah, I honestly think the turns are too short in this game.
I get it because they want to keep the game under 3 minutes, but then they made a pretty darn deep, compelling game. Where like a lot of times people are like, I don't know, it's just random. And it's like if you think it's like random, you're not thinking your turns through enough.
It's like do a big math in 15 seconds. Good luck.
Yeah. All right, big house. How much longer are you good to go for? I'm probably good for like another, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, and then I should probably go get ready for work.
That's absolutely okay with me.
Okay. And then Monday mornings, I'm always down. My lady friend's gone. I'm Infinite always. That punished for the Korg. But you don't
Yeah,
play.
well,
You
it
don't.
happens.
You don't play around. If you have it in your opening hand, I think it's reasonable to hold. But,
I think with this location, it might actually be beneficial to always see if you don't draw Infinite on turn 2. But then on the other hand, if it's not Project Pegasus, then you lost your.
I don't know. Do we do we get rid of our best? We have every good tech card. We have protection. We have destruction late game. We have interruption. Like, we don't not play anything.
I would just armor into big house because if they play something big, it's gonna be either something big ongoing or something big, in general.
Yeah, I mean these have more. It feels bad to throw away the entire Project Pegasus by playing a 2-drop on turn 2.
But then we can Shang-Chi the Agatha, which we wouldn't be able to do if we. Nice. So they have under Infinite, so we have to have it in mind.
I mean, we might as well. We'll reduce Storm. Would
I
you
would
storm
start
big
the
house?
lane we are already winning because we need to win that lane, and then we can Shanshi whatever they have the biggest amount of power, I guess. Because they have the Infinite, so they probably like leaning towards playing it, I guess.
Agatha. I mean, it is a weird time to play. I mean, maybe with Project Pegasus, it's like it's really easy to manipulate her AI to make efficient plays.
Yeah, because she always plays herself
Yeah.
first, so that was the first card they played, and they can play the game now normally.
She's still like worse than running Infinite, I think, but they're running both, I guess. I don't know. She doesn't seem that good to me, even in a situation like this. Oh, they got Destroyer. So we got to destroy Agatha before they armor, right?
Yeah. But I don't think they armor here. Do they armor here? In this kind of deck?
I mean, I don't. They're playing Destroyer. How else are they going to keep Agatha alive?
Yeah, but we need to keep Shang-Chi to be able to, because if they play Agatha now and then Destroyer, we're still losing the lane. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably safe to
I-
play Enchantress then. I don't know what they got.
I would Enchantress for power in the flooding location to make sure we win this.
Which one are we going? You think daily? Oh, flooding, just
Yeah.
to make sure. Okay.
Because we need to win this one, and then they play some big stuff.
They
and
did it.
I don't think, and if they play Destroyer into like Daily Bugle, we can still kill with Shang-Chi, I guess. So my thinking right now is compete for Daily Bugle, so play Angela and Iceman there.
Because
So
we need the Shang-Chi
for-
next turn,
yeah,
probably. Because
yeah,
they're not
because-
playing here, they're playing Destroyer here. And this is 5
mean,
power.
If we compete into Daily Bugle, they have to play something there to win, right?
Yeah.
Unless they don't give a fuck about it, and they just win by a tie. I don't think they do.
We need to draw something we could play along Shang-Chi to win, though, right? No, not necessarily Ghost Rider. What do they discard?
Brings the Destroyer down and then destroys the lane here. That was pretty dumb, I would say. Because they don't have a second armor, and they can play Infinite. Is that a snap?
I think.
Oh jeez.
Let's see what they got. Sometimes when you're playing
Yeah.
poker, you got to double down. Poker is a game of not just chance; it's a game of calculated risk.
And they also flip first. If they play something big again, we shouldn't cheat this.
The only thing that keeps him alive is like a Cosmo, right?
Professor X does.
Professor X means you can't be destroyed. That's right. So Professor X and Cosmo. Yeah, I didn't consider those cards, of course.
They thinking. So if they were so sure it can be destroyed, they wouldn't be thinking that much, I guess, right?
Yeah, if they were like, all right. If you have Professor X, there's no way you lose because they flip first. But so this is weird. Them flipping first is bad if they're gonna play Professor X. But okay, cool. But us flipping first would be better if they were playing Professor X. But because they could play two big things, we like the flip order. It's interesting. There wasn't an objectively better flip order depending on the cards.
I think because I don't know why would you snap knowing that we can have Shang-Chi, and they fucked up playing the Ghost Rider into Destroyer, because otherwise they would have won the lane easily.
They must have had something like Hulk or something, just like a big butt, right? Because they're like, all right, I don't want to play Destroyer on the final turn, so I'm just gonna play Destroyer into Hulk. And then they probably read that we had Shang-Chi and they were flipping first. But they shouldn't. Yeah. But you should always assume we have Shang-Chi. Right now, today, in these 24 hours, you should assume everyone's running Shang-Chi. And then,
yeah.
Do you play Infinite over here just to play around? Try to cheese one of their Professor X's or get away from their Shang-Chi's.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I don't like playing Infinite in Project Pegasus. Let's just watch them put a Professor X here and surrender.
That would be cool.
Or they're gonna play Agatha somewhere.
I honestly can't wait to play normal deck.
Leader.
That is fine.
Yeah.
You have Shang-Chi. It's all good. Ooh. Snapped.
People just snap just because like there are people that when they draw before they draw their opening hand, they're just like snap. They just want to play for double cubes.
Well, there are some people like this, yeah. If this is a Hela deck, which I don't think it is, it looks weird. I would storm the lane with the Invisible Woman. Because they play her for a reason. They want to play like a discard cards or something. And if we don't let them, they have to play there somewhere else, which makes it so they have harder time discarding their like Hela and stuff.
Invisible Woman's really good, but it's absolutely you want to play a lot of cards there afterwards.
Absolutely pathetic card.
Do we play Nightcrawler here, get its power, and then move it over to Angela? Or do we just get the 2-8? Do we just get the 2-8 power there?
I would say we get the Nightcrawler here, and then we just play Wolverine into the flooding location because it's free power, and then Nightcrawler can move to the hub if it needs to.
Got it. We need a little bit of an edge in case they Shang-Chi us as well.
Yeah, this is a Hela deck, so we need to count on them actually no.
They have one card in hand.
Discarding their Hela. Yeah, it's probably Hela. Knowing card luck.
Even if they Hela here, do they win?
Yes, because they're gonna get all these cards they discarded like Magnetos and shit into the flooded lane.
But they're flipping first, so they'll flip Hela. Well, that'd be next turn, right?
Yep.
So I feel like we just play Sunspot, and then we Shang-Chi here, final turn.
Yeah, most likely. And then we pray it doesn't go into the flooded location.
Oh, Hela can go into the flooded location, that's right.
I mean, the cards can, but Hela can't. So... I mean, honestly, it's Crossbones. Alright.
They made him big enough for Shang-Chi to kill.
Exactly. If they Hela middle, we are guaranteed to lose. I mean, not necessarily. How many cards discarded? How many cards?
They've discarded 2 cards.
2.
But this might be another one.
If we are really unlucky, I mean, if they're really lucky.
Well, the thing is, because we're well, yeah, they're flipping first. Maybe we play like Korg here. That way, no. How strong is Hela?
6 power.
So we can't compete with that. We have to Shang-Chi or we already lose.
Yeah. And then we have to pray that Hela. But we lose this. I would retreat.
Yeah. They always play Hela and they always win. But
yeah.
This is one of those situations where I don't want to lose my cubes, but I also want to see how it plays out because I don't get to see these matches play out very much. But I think I would probably
the likelihood of them getting everything getting 2 discarded cards into the middle location is pretty unlikely. So
they'd play it there. But their discarded cards. What were they? That's what I wish I could look. Because we're still ahead by, well, not 12 power, but not really 12. It's probably, they probably have Blade Master as their face down card.
Well, the thing is, like, they play Hela, and they discard like Magneto and something else.
Hela decks must be the most unfun decks to play, where it's like you just discard your Hela and then you lose.
It's just RNG based, yeah.
No, sorry, that's a mistake.
Reverse psychology, yeah, exactly.
I mean, we just Nightcrawler.
Yeah, there's no reason not to, I guess. Come on.
God damn it. Oh,
okay.
All fine. Right. We snap. Okay. I would snap here. I'm an eager
sure.
snapper.
They'll probably retreat. Yeah.
Oh, do we? Snap here. And then we play.
I wouldn't play Angela. Yeah. They're retreating.
I don't know which lane to play Angela in. I guess Project Pegasus in case it's something real bad.
Yeah, it's the safest because it can be like a space throne, and then you're like.
What happens if you have space throne but you already have 2 things there?
They stay.
Okay.
You know what sucks? That we play these really good games for 1 cubes, and then we lose these stupid games for 2, 4 cubes. That's really dumb.
Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of the nature of the beast here, where you get high rolled sometimes. This is the only game you could win more games than you lose and go be down cubes, or you could lose more games than you win and go up cubes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Exactly. I wouldn't play anything in case of Infinite and Pegasus. We learned, I guess.
Do we just? Oh yeah. Because we could draw Infinite here in Pegasus.
Not quite.
Do you do it again also on turn 2 as well?
I would say so. We have transport to like compensate for the lost turns, I guess. There it is. Where's the Infinite?
It's time. Okay.
I'm not here. So we can transport armor and shield.
I mean, yeah, the energy doesn't go to waste.
Yeah.
It's still more power to put an Iceman down.
That's true. Yeah, sure.
Korg, I'm a little less confident in.
And we can play Korg and Project Pegasus just for the show, I guess. It still gets free power into Sunspot.
Yeah. Devil Dino, I mean, Enchantress eats that for sure. Oh, and it was nice to get those 1-drops out. Cool.
I mean, it sucks that Devil Dino is now free power base, not 0. It used to be 0.
It used to be
Enchantress
0.
was 0. Yeah.
But if they
It
get
was
it
getting
big, Shang-Chi might even
it
be a
was-
better answer to it.
Yeah. But not now because I can play a card. So they flip first, so it won't kill it now.
Yeah. Maybe we just storm that lane, and then we see if we can Enchantress or Shang-Chi at next turn.
But if we storm this lane, they're gonna play cards there, so the Devil Dino is gonna be small. Right?
They're probably playing cards in the middle, though, right? Oh, yeah, but they'll play it the following turn. Yeah. I mean, then you think we just chill?
I would Enchantress this now. There's no point in like trying to get Shang-Chi into this because they're gonna be playing cards.
That feels like a really weak lane to completely fill.
Yes.
They must be moon girling or something to get the
But
collector up.
If they're moon girling, we are still winning. Is that the Professor X into the Project Pegasus? Are we mad enough? 5 power.
I don't know. That seems pretty sus. Even if they moon girl, we win by 1 if they moon girl over there. But they have moon girl and a
How many
1-drop.
How many cards do they have?
They have 4. So
I don't see a reason to play everything in the Project Pegasus, honestly. But maybe we can actually lock down the. I mean, it's a bit more risky. We can lock down the Shadowland and try, I guess.
I like this a bit more because I think we could win this lane. If collector gets big, we could Shang-Chi it, but he's probably not going to get that big though.
Can't translate because of armor.
You're right. Well, we could play Shang-Chi and do nothing.
Yeah, but we want.
They did Moon Girl
Otherwise-
1-drop, so that was the right call.
I think we shove it because it's more than just passing.
It's only 5 power. We get another juice too. I mean, there's no way, right? What do they
I don't
play?
think they would.
I think we
I
snap.
would snap. Nothing gives them enough power in the collector to beat this. Yeah.
That's what happens when people are in a higher level. People don't play it through, right? They retreat, and the only times you get cubes is when it's like close and it could go either way. And at that point, our RNG's been pretty bad.
I mean, you also, if you're like higher, like rank 90 or something, you also snap earlier, like assuming it's gonna go in your favor, and then if not, you just retreat. And sometimes you just play matches cube by cube. When they snap, immediately retreat. You don't even consider what they might do or what you might do. You just retreat if you see a snap. So from rank 80 to 100 is pretty much playing cube by cube, which is fucking awful.
Yeah, but I'm down. I'm ready. I'm doing it. This is what I do now for my life. I play Korg and the Navir. I mean, it's better than Nightcrawler because Nightcrawler is always good, and this gives them a higher chance to draw the Dumb Rock. But the Dumb Rock is slightly better when you can give it 5 power, I'll admit. But
I mean, it's still.
oh no, you're right. Maybe we should have held it for Angela, but because we already had another 1-drop.
We can honestly. I would play Angela somewhere. and then just
Ebony Moss
if we
Sunspot.
if we draw a 1-drop, I would go a Bonnie Maw, Nightcrawler into something or into Sunspot as well. Yeah, depends. Angela there.
So
But
there.
that if they play, but they play Angela into Nidavellir, which means it's most likely gonna be Shang-Chi range if they keep playing there.
Do we just do like this?
Don't we want another Nightcrawler? Don't we like into cloning Vazidis?
We don't need. What was that?
We can Nightcrawler into cloning Vaz to get one more just in case, I guess.
Oh yeah, but then
Or
we do-
another Sunspot maybe.
you want a Sunspot into the cloning vats?
I mean, because we have no play turn 4, no play in turn 5 most likely. They're gonna be big, right?
Probably.
'Cause Angela is Shang-Chi range right now.
Yeah.
Because they play 2 cards. Cloak.
Ebony
I
Maw.
think they have nothing to move
Yeah.
into there.
That was just a power.
Yeah, but Shang-Chi just eats this lane.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
snap.
and we don't move anything to that lane. And maybe we move
I wouldn't-
Sunspot.
I wouldn't do it now because they can't play into the Ebony Maw lane. I wouldn't Shang-Chi now. I would Shang-Chi on 5 or 6.
Because they
I
can't
would
play
just
there. Okay.
Yeah, I would just Sunspot Armor into cloning Vaz and just chill. Because we swapped the entire lane with the one Shang-Chi.
Got it on turn 6. And they can't armor it or anything. You're right. They're stuck there.
And then another pass and then Shang-Chi and we win. You can imagine, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, have your red school, bro. We don't compete there.
They can't play anything there.
No, they can't. Because they haven't zero.
We don't even play anything else. Do we move Nightcrawler over just for fun?
Yeah, just more power, just in case they're like, I don't know, Adam Zola or something.
That could be a case for killing the mid. Or for armoring the mid, I mean.
Yeah.
To just prevent an Arnim Zola. Alright, well.
I mean, you can just reconnect, I guess. But what happens? Why?
Hey, okay. I was like, wait a second. What did I do? No, I finally am gonna win some cubes, and it's like, oops. Sorry, error. We messed up. You're supposed to lose cubes. No.
I had this happen when I hit infinite and it like pushed my round back to 99. I was furious,
no.
bro. Holy shit. I just hit infinite and the game crashed. And then I logged back and I was 99 2 cubes.
Oh no. What the? That's. Bro, report. Give me free gold. I demand compensation.
I actually contacted the support. I was like, it's not. I mean, it happened with my missions, but missions are not my rank. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's. I have 400 juice. Let's take another Professor X. So, do you have our overall cube count today? I haven't been keeping track really, but
we are 8 cubes plus.
that's good. That's like a rank. I mean, it's been a lot of playing, but I don't care. I like playing. I'm just hoping to. I'm really liking this deck. I still think I'm more excited for like. I like this deck more. The chat deck with the Odin, Spider-Woman, Devil Dinosaur. I think I like this deck more, but not for today, you know?
Yeah, for today this deck works, but it struggles a little bit. Because when you get Project Pegasus, you can only play like Spider-Woman or something.
Yeah.
Here you can play Infinite and Shove, yeah.
Sunspot, I love Sunspot armor though. That feels so good all the time.
But the chat deck, honestly, it feels so fun to play. Even for me, when I have access to most of the pull free cards. It just feels so good to play. It's so fun.
It's it's really good. It just takes a lot of practice. Because like this deck doesn't feel like it's not like about putting out the world's biggest numbers, although it can do some pretty big numbers with Devil Dinosaur, but It's a
See,
lot
no,
of
like
the Enchantress,
Devil Dino can
Shang-Chi.
be like Devil Dino is usually like 13 power max or something. It's
Yeah.
usually 11. It's not the biggest.
But I mean, and
The
he'll
thing that
with a good Odin, he'll get pretty big too. But I feel like Shang-Chi, Enchantress, Armor, like these kind of tech cards really help you play to destroy your opponent, you know?
I actually swapped armor for Angela, and I think it's much better.
Okay, well, we're doing that right
You have
now.
all these one drops and 2 drops you can play there. You have 6 cards you can play with Angela. It just feels pretty good.
And again, Angela doesn't need that much support to just be sick. Like, she does a lot of power. She makes
It's
people
always a
dedicate
7.
more.
That's true.
For
So I
like,
think we're gonna
oh, go ahead.
yeah. I wanted to say I think we're gonna end it here because you need to go to work and I have a call with my girlfriend, so it's a
Yeah.
perfect time.
Absolutely. I think it's a good time to call episode 1. I'm down for doing this again. We could do the whole climb all the way to infinite if you want, but
I am as well. It was really fun.
yeah, it's fun to to talk about games, theorize games with more than one person. This game doesn't have like it's a multiplayer game, but there's no friend battle and things like that. So this is kind of the only way to make it a more community experience.
Yeah, that's why I see like Binks and all of that people play with like other people, like on stream, like if another body playing, so you can like talk about the game, what is happening.
Yeah, it's real fun.
I think what would be cool in this game is like a chat when you have chat only for the game, not like you have to friend somebody, but you have a chat when you can play, when you can type while the game is playing, and then the chat gets deleted and it's only like for a match,
Yeah, it's like a in-game, in-match chat where you can just like say GG, things like that, or instead of just people spam and snap emotes,
I mean, the communication is pretty poor, but you have to say that the Spider-Man emote rocks.
Oh, I actually love the emotes. Yeah, I hope they add cosmetics in that way too. Like Legends of Runeterra has cosmetics for emotes.
They said that they are planning on adding more emotes, and you can buy them with gold and stuff. Like you can buy variants now.
Got it. So next, how much longer is the season? I don't think I'm gonna hit infinite, unfortunately, season 1, but I'll do my best.
I don't think you will be able to unless we get on a really big streak. I would try to hit infinite when you get a pull free deck, like every single card of like a semi-competitive pull free deck.
Like I would probably go with the Patriot deck, unless you would think that'd be too boring.
I would try. I hit infinite with Patriot 2 times. I love this deck.
Okay, then that's probably what I would want to do then, because you're actually like really good with the deck. We have most of what we need. We don't have Wasp or Debris though, so those are big hits, but we got everything else.
It's just a matter of hitting those. Honestly, we can be unlucky and hit them on the last 2 cards of the collection. But pretty unlikely.
If I finish a different deck first, I can go with that. But I mean, yesterday I got Gambit and Venom, and those are both pretty powerful cards. I feel like in the decks you want to play them in.
Gambit is kind of memey because you can Gambit into the Wonk lane and then hold in the Gambit and then like wipe the board.
Yeah.
So that's more of a meme deck.
I actually really like Gambit right now because people are playing like, I don't know, a lot of Infinauts and stuff. But I mean, it's still, it's a bit of a meme for sure. But I mean, if you're in a deck that wants to discard things, like I feel like that's not a bad drawback. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's more of an Apocalypse style though, where you play swarms and whatnot.
I mean, I've been clouded by the deck once, but it was pretty funny too. Because I had like a full board of tigers because I was playing Wonk and like White Tiger, and then they just swiped me over with like the freaking Gambit, and that was pretty funny.
Just like Wong, Gambit, Odin, and just like bop, 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 bop.
Yeah, exactly. And like Gambit works in a way that you don't have to have cards in your hand for him to trigger. Even though it says discard a card, you can have 0 cards and it will still trigger like 12 times.
That's fun. So yeah, if you only have 1 card, but it's gonna trigger 5 times or 6 times, it's still gonna trigger. That's good. I mean, I think that's probably for a game like this where it's only like 6 turns. I think that's the best way for interactions to work, because you don't want to have a dead card on a turn you want to play it. Where like in Magic the Gathering, like if a card says that, it would not work. You would be required usually to discard the card probably. But that Magic takes like way longer to play. This is such a good game. I'm excited to be at rank 62. We're gonna get back to 70. If you're down tomorrow, let me know.
We got to ranks today.
Yep.
We were at 60 today, so progress.
Absolutely. I'll try not to play too much at work and lose all the ranks. But on my lunch, I get bored, and I usually
Play whatever you want.
Yeah.
I think this season and the next season we spend on learning, and then we try to get infinite a season after.
Yeah. The only thing
That-
the only thing I don't like about it is I want to be. I'll never like. I may never get the stupid whatever track are right. What do you get for being a high rank? You get the card back, right? I can probably never get this
Yeah.
card back.
I mean, yeah,
Unfortunately.
this cardback is infinite exclusive, and like the Hydro one as well.
It's all right. In a year from now, I'll be okay having not hit infinite once. You know.
Well, honestly,
twice.
I think that Omega, like you're only. I like what I like in the progression system in the ranks. But they don't require you to hit infinite to get all the good stuff. You get 500 credits for Omega, which is 80, and you get 500 gold for Galactic.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to get there. The hardest part is getting from 90 to 100. Because
So-
everyone is playing their cubes like they don't gamble their cubes, you play cube by cube.
Yeah.
It took me 80 games, aka 6 hours, to get from 80 to infinite. Playing constantly, 6 hours without a break. So that's a lot of games.
Hey, yeah, I'm down. That sounds fun. Every game has been so fun that I'm like, I'm in. I'm ready for that grind. Probably
Yeah,
not with the featured location though. The featured location.
Nah, fuck that. We skip those days.
Yeah. I mean, we had a good time today, but I'm excited to come back. Is it 24 hours? Because Bar Sinister was 48.
It's featured location is 48 and hot location is 24. So
Okay.
tomorrow is gonna be gone.
Okay, got it. And that's because it was a brand new location, so they had it for 2
Yeah,
days.
it always happens, and I hated it. That was the worst days of my life. Don't recommend.
Got it. So for me, getting rank 70 is the big one because I want the variant and I want the card back. Like, no offense, the currency is good, but I'm purposely spending it in this game right now. So I don't care as much about the currency, but that's still super good. But I mean, I buy like I buy 2,000 currency a day, you know. So I'm good there. But
And I'm a student. I'm happy with every currency I can get.
yeah. No, you're right. But besides that, I mean, I work at a gas station. I'm not like some rich guy. This is what I spend my extra money on. You know, is like card games.
You just get some spent money, like some, you know. So
Hey,
why not?
you gotta spend money to make money. No, I'm joking. But quick.
Maybe
Okay,
you're
I
gonna
know.
get maybe,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I didn't have anything like important to say. You
Yeah.
can go ahead.
I just want to say this is not related, and I know you got to go, but I got to go too actually. But are you gonna play Marvel Midnight Suns at all? That's another Marvel-based card game coming out, but it's made by the guys that made XCOM. It's more like a strategy game with.
If it's a good card game, yes. If it sucks, no.
It's not a card game in that sense. It's not like a player versus player. It's like a card-based battle system would be the better way to put it.
Oh yeah, so like Slay the Spire, this kind of thing.
Yeah, probably a little more It's like Slay the Spire meets XCOM. If you ever played XCOM 1 or 2, you're going to go in with a squad of a couple heroes, and then you're going to draw cards every turn, and these heroes are going to be able to take actions based on their cards that you draw.
Well, that sounds kind of cool, but you know, it like depends on progression system or pay to win aspects for me because I don't play pay to win games.
It's like a it's like a $40 or $60 game, but it's just like playing XCOM, right? The progression is like you versus the game. So there's no PvP or anything, but I don't know. It's just it's a game that I'm probably going to stream when it comes out as well, in addition to playing this, because it's going to be 2 Marvel card games, essentially, of different genre card games. And I'm really excited for that. But I'm really excited to come back tomorrow if you are.
Same, I can easily. It's an evening for me. My evenings are free, so.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to having some more fun, slapping some people with a non-featured location.
Yeah, same. I hate featured location because it's like forces you to play. It forces you to play as like a certain deck, which I didn't really enjoy. This deck was kind of boring to play.
Yeah, I mean, it felt pretty strong today, but it wasn't killer. It wasn't. At least it wasn't the fucking onslaught Blue Marvel for. I played like 8-9 hours that day, and I climbed 20 ranks. That was my most productive day ever. I was at rank 40 for a week, and I went from 40 to 60 by playing that deck.
Because it was a brain dead deck.
Yeah.
They just play free cards, win the game.
Yeah, exactly. Nightcrawler. It was like, oh, I had to. Yeah, no, it was literally Nightcrawler, Blue Marvel Onslaught. Anyway,
yeah.
I'm gonna peace out. You have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. And goodbye, stream. This will be on YouTube probably as like some long ass video if you ever feel like rewatching anything.
Yeah, I'm curious how I sound because I sometimes sound stupid.
No, I don't think you sound stupid.
I do, but yeah,
All
whatever.
right, that's fine. All right, hey, you have a good one.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye-bye. And stream, I will see you later. See you tomorrow with more Marvel Snap. We're going to Infinite over the course of who knows how many weeks, but